After a controlling victory by the Chips last night that saw Joey Simoncelli notch a hat trick, we close out this weekend series back at home in an inter-conference matchup between the Central Michigan Chippewas and the Michigan State Spartans. Hello everybody, welcome inside the broadcast booth. My name is Devin Serra alongside Reagan Cleese for today's game. Reagan, last night, Central Michigan getting the win over MSU on the road at Suburban Ice Arena in East Lansing. They controlled most of that game for all three periods, and it looked like a strong showing, especially for Joey Simoncelli.
Yeah, Simoncelli getting that hat trick, and also for Jacob St. Andre, he had 2 assists in that game on the last 2 Simoncelli goals, and he also had a goal of his own at 16-15 of that third period that gave the Chippewas their 5th goal of the game. And for me, the key to that game was the fact that the Chippewas penalty kill was absolutely stellar. They fell back on their old ways a little bit in terms of committing penalties. They had 4 penalties in that game for 8 total penalty minutes. But the good news is they killed off every single one. They were able to get the puck out of the zone and be able to shut down Michigan State. They did a really good job of keeping the puck to the perimeter on that penalty kill, and I really think that helped the Chippewas to that victory yesterday.
Absolutely. Now to look around the MCHC standings for you before we get into the keys for today's game. At the top of the MCHC East, we still look at SVSU. They took 6 games played, has a 4-1 record. They sit at the top alone with 9 points in that standing column. Look for that to change over the coming weeks as now Lawrence Tech, Adrian, and CMU begin conference play once again. Lawrence Tech University second with 4 games played. They are 3-0, undefeated in conference play with a 5-4 and 1 tie record overall. That puts them at 7 points, tied with the Adrian Bulldogs, who are making a research back into the standings after a rough start. Through 6 games, they're 3 wins, 2 losses, with a 6-4 and 1 tie overall record. They are tied with Lawrence Tech for 7 points. 4th place, Central Michigan. Through 4 games played, they are 2-1-1. 2 wins, 1 loss, 1 tie with 5 total points. They come in tonight's game at 7-1 and 2 ties. Behind them, the Michigan Wolverines, playing their first of the conference games this season. They sit at 0-1-1 with 1 loss and 1 tie, a total of 3 points. They have a rough start to this season as well. Reagan, unexpectedly 2-4-1-2 in their last 6 or 7 games. That's a rough start from a team that's notably good. To round out the standings, Oakland University, 4 games played. They are 1-2-1. U of M Flint rounds out the standings at 0-6. Time now to look at our 2 teams for today's matchup to close out the weekend series. Reagan, you've got that one.
Yeah, so Central Michigan coming into today, they improved yesterday to 7-1-0-2. That gives them 23 points in the ACHA Division 3. They sit 17th in the entire division. In conference, as Devin said earlier, they are 2-1-0-1 with 5 points at 4th in the MCHC East. As for Michigan State, they come in 5-9 with 15 points in the ACHA. They sit 32nd. They are 2-5 in conference with 4 points, and they sit 4th in the MCHC West. So identical placements for both of these 2 squads in their respective divisions. For Michigan State, they've got a -13 goal differential. When we talked about this last night, they've got a -13 goal differential now overall, but take out the 4 games against the top 2 teams in the ACHA, Hope College and GVSU. They have a +7. They've been doing really good against every other team. It's just that the teams you expect them to struggle against, they've struggled mightily.
Yeah, the ones you would expect at the top of the overall standings in the rankings, right?
Yeah.
Now time to look at the series history between these 2 teams. The last time they played, not counting the game last night, a 7-2 win for MSU at Martin Ice Arena on November the 2nd of 2019, as well as since 11-12. MSU dominates this series with a 9-2 overall win record. Making a little bit on that.
Yeah, and it's been dominant. Actually, I mistyped this in yesterday to our script, Devin, but the last game between these 2 clubs was actually back in the Vezina Cup finals in the 1920
season.
You are
correct.
And
yes, that was the regular season.
You had told me that earlier in the week. I forgot to put it in the script, so that's my bad.
Absolutely.
But the Chippewas and Spartans in that game at Patterson Ice Center fought tooth and nail. It was a 3-2 overtime win for the Chippewas. So as of late, this series has been heating up and turning a little bit more in favor of the Chippewas. We'll see if that continues here tonight.
Absolutely. Touch on that a little bit too, Reagan. That game sent Central Michigan to what would have been their second straight national championship appearance. Unfortunately, that one didn't happen due to the COVID-shortened events that took place last March. And now time we'll look at some of the scratches. Do you have them, Reagan?
We do not have any scratches at the moment for either team. I didn't get them from Coach Cataline, so it's, again, my bad.
Well, we'll remind you, audience, of the scratches before today's game at Puck Drop, which happens roughly in about 15 to 20 minutes. Time now to look for our players to watch, presented by CMHIceHockey.com. First up for Central Michigan, who other than Joey Simoncelli, 10 games played, has now 5 goals, 4 assists, and 9 total points, and 3 of those goals coming last night in the win over MSU. 3 unanswered goals.
Yeah, he was absolutely incredible to start that game against Michigan State. He had 2 goals in the first 7 minutes and then finished out his hat trick at the 14:38 mark of that middle frame. He was absolutely fantastic, and the goals that he scored were not your typical goals. Yes, he had a breakaway for his first goal, but the second one, he let a shot go from the bottom of the right circle, second short side over the shoulder of Ryan Smith, and that's really a goal scorer's goal. You got to have some really good talent to be able to sneak that short side. And we get into this a little bit in the coaches show that I sat down with Coach Tyler Cataline to talk about. But Simoncelli has been one of those guys that we've been waiting to find his stride, and he found that last night with that hat trick, and not to mention an assist on the Jacob St. Andre goal late. Yeah,
4-point night for him. That's one of the best he's ever had throughout his career. Reagan, you've got the MSU players to watch for this game.
Yeah, so for Michigan State, Logan McGivern and Nick Lockhart, the only 2 goal scorers in that contest less than 24 hours ago. McGivern leads the team with 13 points. Actually, I believe that's 14 now with the tally from last night added in. Nick Lockhart also getting on that score sheet. That McGivern, Evans, and Smith line for Michigan State has been absolutely fantastic. Alec Evans is also one of their top goal scorers. He's at second behind McGivern. And we got to watch that line here tonight, Devin, because if the Chippewas can't handle them, it's going to be a rough night for whoever is in net.
Absolutely. Now, Reagan, we'll get to our keys to the game now, presented with MAC TV in partnership. First up, we've got the win the one-on-one battles, Reagan. It looked like last night, most of the time, they would win those scrums against the boards, and they would keep everything to the outside of the perimeter, and that involves getting those defensemen in there to block away those shots. How do they win those one-on-one battles to get here tonight?
Yeah, the Chippewas just have to use their physicality. They are a big team. They've got some physical guys, Hayden Flynn and Austin Whaley, who can really provide some physicality. But one important addition to the lineup tonight, Ben Rychek returns from that fighting disqualification, which he incurred from a fight against Calvin here at Martin Ice Arena a weekend ago. So they'll get that added physicality back from Rychek, and hopefully the Chippewas can use that to their advantage.
Next key to the game was watch the turnovers in this game. Central Michigan having a little bit of trouble against Calvin in that first game of the series, keeping the puck on their stick in the neutral zone. They'd have a lot of long stretch passes that would miss, something that can't happen tonight, and it looked like last night they had the better of it.
Yeah, last night the Chippewas did a really good job of connecting on those long stretch passes. Jacob St. Andre had a beautiful opportunity in that third period. Austin Whaley let a long stretch pass go from inside his own zone. It found St. Andre behind the defense at the offensive blue line. He was in alone. Smith made a fantastic save, but the Chippewas got to continue that tonight. They got to keep their head on a swivel, be able to find those passes and get behind the defense, catch Michigan State unawares, and that should lead to at least a tight game, if not a victory for the Chippewas.
Finally, our key to the game, none more important than burying the rock. They have to get the puck in the net first. They have to do it often tonight.
Yeah, and for the Chippewas, they can't let Michigan State get that first goal. And that comes hand in hand with the penalty kill. They've struggled a little bit on the penalty kill, but last night they put on a showcase when they were a man down. They were 4 for 4 on the penalty kill, stoning Michigan State on any of their opportunities that they had. It was a really good showcase by the Chippewas on the penalty kill last night. They got to continue that in order to keep Michigan State from getting an early lead.
3 of Michigan State's 5 wins have come when they get the first goal. And on the road, they are 3 out of 4 wins getting the first goal for a 4-4 away record. Home and home, not as nice for them with a 1-5 record, but looking to change that tonight. As now, that'll do it for the live portion of the pregame show. But stand by as Reagan Cleves sat down with Coach earlier today in the newest edition of the Coach's Show. It's coming up right after this. You're watching and listening to Chippewas D3 Club Hockey here live on CCHN. We'll be back in a moment.
Welcome to this edition of the Coach's Show. Reagan Cleves with CCHN sitting down with Coach Tyler Cataline ahead of the game today against Michigan State here at Barton Ice Arena. Well, Tyler, yesterday you guys dominated on the scoreboard 5-2. Joey Simoncelli had a huge night. What was it like to have a player that came out of the gate really hot like that? How did that give your team a boost?
Yeah, we've been waiting for Simon to start exploding, all year. It was nice to see him get on the board quick and, scoring our first 3 goals of the game. And pretty much everyone else, followed suit. I mean, that was probably one of our best games that we've played this year, attitude-wise, discipline-wise. Just, everything clicked for us yesterday, and, that was big for helping us get that W.
Yeah, everything certainly did click with that 5-2 win. Today you get Ben Rychek back. He was out with a fighting disqualification yesterday due to the fight that he had in the second game last weekend against Calvin. And so he's back in the lineup tonight. He's going to add some physicality. We certainly look forward to have him back in the lineup here. Taking a look now at Michigan State, the rankings were published yesterday as of, I believe it was the 14th of November. You guys are still sitting at 4. Michigan State, though, was fallen to number 14. How do you guys capitalize on the momentum you had coming from yesterday with Michigan State being a little bit demoralized, having fallen 6 spots?
We just got to keep playing our game. We can't worry about what other teams are ranked or even ourselves. I mean, rankings will take care of themselves as long as we keep winning games, no matter who it is. It was nice to beat Michigan State, being them top 15th ranked team, because, we've kind of struggled against, ranked teams this year. So getting a W against them right off the bat, start the weekend, and hopefully finish it off and, have 2 weeks off before we play Adrian.
Yeah, good luck tonight, Coach. Thanks for sitting down with us. That'll do it for the Coach's Show. We'll be right back with the first period action on the CMU Club Hockey Network.
Starting netminders tonight for the Central Michigan Chippewas, they turn to Thomas Rofe, who in 8 games has a record of 5-1, 0-2, a goals against average of just above 190, and a save percentage hovering around the 900 mark. As for the Michigan State Spartans, they turn to Bryn Sommerfeld, who in 8 games, as many as Rofe, has a 3-5 record, 370 goals against average, and a 902 save percentage.
Also time now for your starting lineups presented by CMHIceHockey.com for the Central Michigan Chippewas. Number 2, Ben Rychuk starting out there with Jordan Cooper, along with Keegan Moore. On defense, Aiden Gazdecki starts out there with Christopher Martin as his line mate, switching up from the forward. And in goal, as mentioned, Thomas Rofe. For MSU out there, number 77, Jack Whalens starts out there with number 26, Mike Kenke. And then number 58, Ethan Adams, along with the defensive pairs, Nick Sleeper, the transfer from Northwood University, and number 15, Finn Sears out there. We're set for a puck drop here from Martin Ice Arena for the second game of this weekend series between the Chippewas and the Spartans. Gazdecki to take the draw, along with number 26, Mike Kenke, and we're underway here from Martin Ice Arena. Gazdecki wins the draw, and Chippewas take it out to the neutral zone. Rychuk tried to get it through the center zone to Gazdecki, but this puck trickled back into the Chippewa zone from left to right. The Chippewas and the maroon and gold trim with the stripes. For MSU, they're black and green trim with white socks. And a very nice look, I will say, Reagan.
Yeah, good play there by Joe Cooper to shut off the backdoor feed as Michigan State tried to get on the board here early.
Dumped into the zone far is Jordan Cooper, who goes off with a change, along with number 16, Keegan Moore. Coming out there is Jacob St. Andre, who had a goal last night along in the third period as well. St. Andre takes a chip pass from number 11. That was Kyle Chapman chipping it in. And now Chapman fights after it on the right side boards over the Spartan line. They take it in their own end. Number 15, Finn Sears, does a circle at his own right circle, playing tag up there with his defenseman, Ethan Adams. And they reset in their zone behind the net with already the first minute gone in this game. Sears tried to take a pass out of the zone that missed and went in front for the net. Cooper tried to get one thrown, and St. Andre took a shot that was deflected up and out of play. Or rather, went back to the right boards and now behind the net. It's Simon Selly, who had 3 goals last night, one of our key players to watch. Took one to the blue line. That was intended for Charlie Hayes. And a Michigan defender sends us all the way into the Chippewa zone for a change.
One thing the Chippewas want to do here, we didn't mention in the pregame show, is get Thomas Rofe a little bit more comfortable in net. He looked a little bit shaky last night. Now, he didn't play bad. He still made 28 saves, but he looked a little uncomfortable. He was pawing at pucks and was relying a little bit too much on winging it rather than going back to the fundamentals.
And here comes the Spartans on a breakout. Number 87 coming in, Logan McGiver, who couldn't get a shot after a pass from Alec Evans into the zone, and they keep it in from the blue line. Now fighting after a shot taken by Evans to the pads of Rofe, who saved that one easily and sent it over to a defenseman, Brendan Martin, who sent it over to St. Andre deep into the zone. Chasing after it now is Isaac Gibbs, the freshman there with Spencer Shackmuth. And Cooper fight with Martin, threw one in front after he got it on his stick in the Spartan zone, and now they get it out. Here come the Spartans the other way, blocked off the puck there by Brendan Martin, and this one got sent up and into the boards, rather the benches, for an out of play.
Now it was a good play by Bryn Sommerfeld, the Spartan netminder, to get his stick on that puck. The pass came from the right corner. He was able to stick out the goal paddle and deflect it into the slot onto his defenseman's stick, and that allowed the Spartans to get out of the zone.
Face-off comes in the center ice area near the Spartan zone. They win it, and it comes back to the point for Consult with a third-year defenseman here for the Spartans. In his own zone, takes it now. Up the near side boards, gets it through center over to number 12, who fanned on a pass. Nick Lockhart blew a tire, and an offside was called for a stoppage in play.
Good stick work in the neutral zone there by Keelan Baker, the Central Michigan captain, to knock that pass down at center and bring the Spartans offside. It's little things like that, the work in the neutral zone, that can give your team a lot of confidence, especially on the defensive side of things.
Taking this draw for the Chippewas, number 6, Owen Campbell won it, and Jacob Kosnick took it on the near side boards. Throws it deep into the Spartan zone behind the net, taken here by Nick Sleeper, who'll wrap around the transfer from Northwood University. One of the best defensemen for that Northwood team, had the most goals, assists, and points on that team. Sleeper now through center ice, gets over the Chippewa line on the near side boards at the left circle, threw one behind the net that bounced off the ring post of the net. where Rofe was able to stick that one away. Now it comes back here for number 28. That's Christopher Martin throwing it out of the zone, trying to stretch past the Kozlik that missed, and it comes back all the other way. Icing not called here by the referees, and chasing in on the Chippewas.
Yeah, good effort there by Justin McComas to chase hard after that puck and negate that icing. Chippewas were doing a good job of that last night. Jay Nadeau notably was doing a couple of that. Now here's Porzondik.
Porzondik got a turnover from Sleeper. Threw one in front. They couldn't get a shot on net. Shot taken here by Martin at the slot, and that one just went off the left pad of the goaltender, Sommerfeld. Now the Chippewas reset in their own zone. Tagging up with Cooper is Christopher Martin. Threw one all the way to Jay Nadeau at the near side boards and center ice, and this one went all the way into the Spartans zone. Taken here by number 7 for the Spartans, Drew Goodman through the line. Couldn't get a pass over to his forward, Nolan Newwash. Now he'll chase after it on the near board. Spartans in the zone. Shot from the point taken by Shackmuth, and Rofe's able to glove that one down for an easy stop. 15:53 left to go in this first period.
Yeah, for Shackmuth, that's a wide open opportunity from the high slot on the right side, and he had a good shot on net, but Rofe standing tall, staying to those fundamentals. He was able to square up on that shot and corral it into the gut.
This will be officially tonight Rofe's 9th game played, officially on the win category, 10 games, sharing a win with fellow goaltender Joel Drucker. But Rofe, the steady defender, goaltender from his 5th year, senior year, this will be a big one for him. 15:36 left to go in the first. Chippewas get it out of their own zone, throw it all the way. That went down for an icing where Shackmuth is able to corral it, and it'll come back into the Chippewas zone. Talking a little bit about the Spartans goaltender here, Bryn Sommerfeld, little rookie from Farmington Hills, played at Farmington United from Farmington, Michigan, and he shared a teammate role there in that game with a couple of players. Very good goaltender for Farmington United. As the Spartans take it in there, they won the draw, but it came out of the zone where it went back to Nick Sleeper in the defensive end, and now the Chippewas tag up with it. Coming in was Keegan Moore taking a shot from the point, and that one deflected wide. Gazdecki with a second chance opportunity, couldn't bury it home. Spartans now set up shop, getting it out of their zone. Count Chapman there to block it out of the blue line, however, at the near side boards. Here the Spartans grab it, cross ice feed to Consult, and they'll get it out.
That zone possession for the Chippewas started with a great back check there by Hayden Flynn in the neutral ice. He was able to poke the puck free over to Keegan Moore, who was able to bring that Chippewa rush in.
Salt wasn't able to keep it in the zone after a pass back to the point from Ethan Adams. And here's Joey Simoncelli, who had 3 goals last night, looking for another shot taken. Glove saved by the goaltender Sommerfeld, and he'll have none of that.
That's a great save there by Sommerfeld. After his defenseman gave it away at the line. Simoncelli looking for his 4th goal in 2 nights, his 6th of the season. He was denied, though, by the glove hand of Sommerfeld. Fantastic save.
Simoncelli with that shot in the low slot area, takes the face-off draw and wins it and gets it on his stick, but it's knocked off there by Alec Evans, who gets it out. Evans quickly into the Chippewas zone now, moves in, knocked off there by Christopher Martin, where he threw one to the near side, far side boards rather. It comes back to the other side, wrap around the net. Here's behind his own net, Austin Whaley trying to take it, loses it from McGivern, winning the one-on-one battle. Nice job there. And now chasing after is Garrett Smith in the corner. Smith tying up with Isaac Gibbs was able to get this one over to St. Andre. Comes back to the far side point where a wraparound shot was taken there by Mike Kanke. And now it sets up out of the zone where St. Andre got it out. And we get an icing the other way thrown here. 14:05 left to go in this first period. The face-off will come back to the Chippewa zone. A couple of quick shots for both teams here.
Yeah, it's been the Spartans have had an extended amount of zone time here in the last couple of minutes after the Chippewas kind of controlled the first 2.5 minutes of this hockey game, but Spartans now look to go to work as here's at McGivern.
McGivern behind the net, knocked off the puck by Brendan Martin, pursued. Great defensive stand right there, and it's at the near side quarter boards with the Chippewa zone where St. Andre and Simoncelli winning their one-on-one battle. They get out of the zone. Long cross-ice pass deflected away by a Spartan defender. That was Nick Sleeper, and he sets it up for his forward, Alec Evans. Evans turning in with a dig. Nice shot taken over. Went over the far side moorings of the net on Rofe, and we get a stoppage in play after the net came off its lodgings. But a nice opportunity there to move in the zone by Alec Evans, deking around a few defenders.
Yeah, and he got Thomas Rofe to move, and Rofe knocked the net off behind him, although it was unintentional. He was moving over to his right, and his back leg caught the post, and that means the Chippewas have to keep that same line out.
In the left side circle, it's Simon Selly and Block taking the draw for the Spartans. Block won it, got it back to the point where a wraparound shot was taken by Trush, and it comes back to the far side board to the blue line. Getting out of the zone is Jacob Kosnick. Up for St. Andre on a 1-on-3. St. Andre trying to deke in. Nice defensive stand by Trush to get it out. And now back to the point. Shot taken there by Jordan Cooper. Comes back to the far side blue line for Christopher Martin. Behind the net, the Spartans take it now. Trying to get it out of the zone is number 12. That's Nick Lockhart, who had a goal last night for the Spartans late in the third period. One of only two of them to score, along with the leading forward for that team. And they'll reset. 12:56 left to go in this first period. Go through center ice. Jacob Kosnick at the Michigan State boards. Threw a puck where he got knocked off there hard on a hit by number 93 by Jonathan Block. And now in the Spartan end. The Chippewas trying to make something happen. Keegan Moore tried to get in there to get the puck behind the net. He did, but it went back to a Spartan defender. Now Kosnick got a turnover. Kosnick looking to go in front for Owen Campbell. Campbell making a few nice dekes. Now gets it over to number 16. That's Keegan Moore over there, excuse me. Sorry, number 10, Keegan Baker over there. Shot taken to the point by Christopher Martin. That was deflected away. Defensive stand. The Spartans try to get it out. Martin can't keep it in the zone. It comes all the way back to the other side of the ice where Jordan Cooper is there to corral with it. Cooper tags up with Christopher Martin behind the net on the near side boards. Moves it over the blue line on a long stretch pass that went through center. Over the line comes Andrew Porzondik. Porzondik roughed up on the near side corner boards by number 44, Consult. Comes to the other side where over there's Jay Nadu. Nadu over the Chapman. Flips this one behind the net to the other side where Porzondik will pick it up. Porzondik gets it over to Jordan Cooper. Cooper now gets it back down low to the near post. And Owen Campbell trying to get it out, can't do it. And now here come the Spartans the other way. It's Drew Goodman moving in. Knocked off there by Jordan Cooper, a nice defensive stand, and both teams will change.
Yeah, good job there by Jordan Cooper to not go for the puck because he would have gotten that tied up in his skates.
And here comes Kyle Chapman on the rush with Andrew Porzondik, and they're offsides.
Just barely. The Chippewas up in on the rush the other way, left to right across your radio dial, and Kyle Chapman and his men that was coming with them just barely offsides. So that'll be a draw just outside the Spartan line here near side.
Taking the draw here is Justin McComas, who had a goal last night as well. He wins it, gets it back to the center ice for Kyle Chapman, who threw it over to Charlie Hayes. Threw one deep where a puck was shot by McComas and easily saved by the goaltender Sommerfeld.
Yeah, Sommerfeld's been doing a nice job here tonight, getting standing tall, doing what Ryan Smith did more through the first half of that third period, making a couple of key saves and keeping the Chippewas off the board. Shot
from the point after a one draw by the Chippewas. That was Charlie Hayes. Keeping it in the zone is Kyle Chapman, but he can't control it. Getting out of the zone is Nolan Newwash, roughed off by two Chippewa defenders. That was Jay Nadu getting in there to knock him off. And now the Chippewas tag up in their own end. Throwing it out of zone is Charlie Hayes on the blue line. And now Hayes gets it back after a tag up there with a defender. Finn Sears threw it in the Chippewa zone. Through center, throws a stretch pass that missed, intended for McComas. And now the Spartans set up with it. It's number 17 out there. That's Parker Davidson moving in the zone. Can't control it, however, and turned over here by McComas. McComas got roughed up on the boards by Finn Sears on the far side, and it's in the Spartan zone. Thrown in front here from McComas. Can't control the pass, and skating over there to help is Keegan Moore. Now Keegan Moore sets up at the blue line for Austin Whaley, who took a shot. Rebound in front, and that one deflected wide off the stick of Sommerfeld. And this one gets a stoppage in play.
Yeah, the net comes off the moorings there.
Once again, the net comes off.
And it happens when you have those, when you just have the little pegs that don't go very far into the ice, unlike the NHL where you've got that entire, I believe it's a 6-inch pipe that goes down into the ice. But for the sake of simplicity, that's what we have to deal with here. Draw outside the Spartan line.
Mike Kanke now ends that draw for the Spartans at his own end. Consult on the far side circle. Left side circle, tries to take it, turned over here by the Chippewas. Thrown in front by Martin, that missed on a right chuck, couldn't get the shot off. And now it comes out of the zone. The Spartans get it out. Mike Kanke sets up shop, but it missed on a defender's chance, and it comes back for the Chippewas at the near side blue line in front of us.
Now a good play there by Ben Rychek to gain the puck at neutral ice for the Chippewas as that rolls in on Sommerfeld. Who'll hold on for a whistle. Rychek hip checked a man for the Spartans who was trying to break out down the right wing, and that hip check brought the puck loose, and Chippewas were able to corral it and go back the other way. Fans, this is just a reminder that the CMU Club Hockey Network YouTube channel is your one-stop shop for highlights, exclusive interviews, and full game broadcasts for CMU D3 hockey. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so as never to miss a moment of Chippewa hockey. Just go to YouTube and search CMU Club Hockey Network.
Halfway gone through this first period of play, the Spartans able to get it out of their own zone and tag up on a rush is Finn Sears, who went deep into the Chippewa zone but wasn't able to get past the defender. Spartans control in the end. In the near side boards is Mike Kanke getting roughed up there by Jacob St. Andre. Shot taken from the point, attempted by Michael Marcello. That was blocked away by Simon Selly right in front of him off the ankle. Isaac Gibbs from the other side at the right circle now in front of the Chippewa bench. They break out. Jordan Cooper threw one deep into the Spartans zone, where he'll corral it behind the net. Tried to flip it back on his backhand for a forward who wasn't there with nobody home. St. Andre trying to keep it in the zone at the blue line, roughed up there by Jack Wellens, who's able to get it out. And the Spartans will head off for a change with 18:52 left to go in the first.
Now we're over halfway gone here, and the Spartans
A turnover here by the Spartans. It's Spencer Shackman moving in with a shot, blocked away by Rofe. Comes to the far side boards at the right circle. Back to the point for the Spartans. It's Chris Trush trying to get it over to his forward. That was Logan McGyver, who got knocked off there by St. Andre. And no penalty called. Slapper taken here by Shackmuth. What did you say there, Reagan?
Yeah, they're going to call a penalty on the Chippewas when in reality it's going to be a trip on, I didn't see who it's going to be on Isaac Gibbs, when in reality he got the stick of the Spartan and he just lost his balance. I can see how that can be looked at as a trip, but it wasn't really a trip.
So the Spartans will go to their first power play, and it'll be Isaac Gibbs going to the box. Both teams had 4 power play chances last night in the first game of this weekend series. The Spartans were 0 for 4 on their power plays that night. Great penalty kill by the Chippewas. The Chips going 1 for 4. Simon Selly's able to get one. Here come the Chippewas the other way after a 1 draw. Knocked off the puck there was Owen Campbell, taking up with Keegan Moore. And going all the way back in his own zone is Nick Sleeper to take it for the Spartans. Sleeper behind his net will set up shop. On his wings, it'll be Mike Consult along with number 8, Alec Evans. They get it out and they get it to the Chippewa zone. Nobody can control it, however, and a long dump to the other side comes number 19, Garrett Smith.
Yeah, good job by Owen Campbell, who started to go after that puck. He thought better of it and decided to get back defensively, which is what you want to do on a penalty kill.
Moving it out of the Spartans, it's Drew Goodman and Evans for them, tagging up on the near side boards at the left circle. Back to the point for Salt. Salt gets it over to the left wing circle for Logan McGyver. McGyver gets it down low. Shot by the Spartans, just near side missed on a rope. Back to the other side. That shot was taken there by number 8, Alec Evans. And the Chippewas will get a change here with already a minute gone in this power play. 7:22 left to go in this first period. You're listening in live from Martin Ice Arena for the second game of this weekend series between the Michigan State Spartans and the Chippewas, where Michigan State lost last night 5-2 on their own home ice. They now fall to 1-5, at least at home ice. But now 4-4 on the road. This is a big test for them in this game.
Yeah, for them, they've been really good on the road. They've been able to get half their, or they've been able to get a majority of their wins on the road. And well, typically you want to be a good team at home. Being a good team on the road is just as good, because you can, you know that a team's home ice advantage won't phase you.
Absolutely. Sommerfeld takes this puck behind his own net after a dump in by Keegan Moore. Here come the Spartans getting out of their own zone. Through center, here comes number 4, the 14, spent Jack Karskanen at the right circle, stops and waits. Back to the point for Chris Trush. Trush turns at the point, and he gets it back down low to the right circle for number 93, Jonathan Block. Block waiting for help. Gets it over to Trush. Crush and Shackmuth. Rather, Block takes a shot there, blocked away by Austin Whaley. Nice job there. 10 seconds gone in this power play, left to go. Block. Down low for number 14. In front for number 12, Nick Lockhart, and that one missed on his stick. And this power play will end. The Chippewas kill it off. And Austin Whaley tags up here with Keegan Baker, and they'll get it out of the zone.
That was a good job there by Lockhart to work on the back door, but the Chippewas were able to break it up. 6:12 left here in this first. Play back in the Spartan end now.
Spartans taking this puck out of the zone. It'll be number 4, Spencer Shackmuth. Knocked off by Jay Nadu, where him and Shackmuth turn it over to each other. Now Shackmuth in alone. On a 1-on-3, trying to backhand it from the left circle that missed Brendan Martin, and now he'll take it. Martin, the captain from Novi, Michigan, sends it deep through the center ice zone. Nadu came over there to help, and it was uncontrolled by both teams.
Yeah, the Spartans have been doing a really good job on the forecheck here, not letting the Chippewas get out of the zone all too easily. This might be what they're looking for to turn the tide of this weekend series. Chippewas were doing a really good job of that.
And here comes McComas on a turnover. Shot taken far side, blocked away by Sommerfeld. Up and out of play. Great save.
That's a great blocker save there by Sommerfeld. When your team gives it over at the line, that's one of the scariest feelings as a goaltender, when you got a man coming in on you all alone, and when it lets a shot go like that, especially coming from Justin McComas, who was a really quick release, and to be able to get that blocker out and make that save is key here with just over 5 minutes left.
Chippewas won the draw in the Spartan zone. It's Simon Selly on the near side boards. Christopher Martin took a shot. Simon Selly there for the rebound. Couldn't bury it home. Another try here by Jordan Cooper from the point. Behind the net, Isaac Gibbs and Simon Selly chase after it. On the far side boards, now back at the Spartan bench. Shot by Jordan Cooper that missed wide of the net. And the Spartans will get it out. Here they come on the rush. It's number 7, Drew Goodman, trying to get over defender. And 2 Spartans run into each other. Chris Fisher and Nolan Newwash at the Chippewa blue line. That's not a way to go here. And Simon Selly threw one in front with nobody home. And this one gets out of the zone.
Good turnover there by Gibbs to intercept that puck.
Gibbs turn it over now, and inside the Spartan zone takes a shot that went wide. St. Andre there to get the rebound chance, and on a difficult angle couldn't bury it home. Sommerfeld with a couple good saves there right there. Now it's Andre Jerzinski in his own zone. Tagging up here with Nick Sleeper. Sleeper sent it through center. That was knocked away by Christopher Martin on a turnover. Over the line comes Martin. Martin, dinking around a few defenders, takes a shot that went just wide over the net. And now inside the zone, he get help. Here comes down low Jacob Kosnick, fighting up there behind the net with Nick Sleeper. Trying to get it up for him, he can't, and the Spartans get it out over the line. Through center, wrister far taken by Drew Goodman. That one was easily gloved out of the air by Thomas Rofe with 3:57 left to go in the first.
Now, remember to stick around for the intermission report here at Martin Iser, and we'll have a recap of the game thus far, a little bit of discussion, and we'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard in regards to CMU athletics.
This draw, 3:57 left to go in this first period. We stay scoreless right now in this game. Michigan State Spartans and the Chippewas doing a good job on both sides, getting shots on net, but even better defensively. And here comes Charlie Hayes now behind his net. Tagging up there with Kyle Chapman, who turned over the puck in their own zone. Over there on the near side boards is Ethan Adams chasing after it. Spartans with some back pressure there now get it out of their own zone, and they reset with Chris Trush.
And the linesman had the puck come right at him. He did a nice hurdle over the puck, and even better, he landed on his skates upright and didn't fall down. That got a nice little cheer from the crowd.
And the Spartans trying to get out of the zone. They don't yet, where it's Owen Campbell there to help out. And now they will. Through center, roughed up here by a couple of Chippewa defenders. Jack Wellens will come through the Chippewa zone, where Kyle Chapman tries to get it out on the near side. He does, in a breakaway chance here for Keegan Moore. Keegan Moore at the right circle, waits for help, turns, tries to go cross ice, feed for Owen Campbell, and never got a shot off. Now here the Spartans break out. Now 3-on-1 chance. Shot over the blocker side of Rofe. Still behind the net, it's loose. And Owen Campbell dumps this out of the way, and they join the rush. What a chance for the Spartans.
Yeah, 2 great chances. One for the Chippewas, one for the Spartans, back-to-back there. And for the Spartans, you've got to convert. That's a 3-on-1. And when you get that in tight on Rofe and lift it high over the net, that's just a bad play as the puck comes up and out of play on the near side.
Spartans looking for that first goal, as we mentioned, out of 3 out of their 5 wins this season. When they score first, they are 3-5. Or rather, won 3 games when they scored first. Excuse me for the little bit of verbiage here. We appreciate you all listening in here. Yeah, it happens to the best of us, right? Well, Spartans looking to take over action here anyway. Of my belligerent call. They're hearing me now. They want that first goal nonetheless. Brendan Martin now in his own zone. tries to get this one out to center. Can't do it. Blocked off the puck by MacGyver, who tried to keep it in the zone. Couldn't do it, and it comes all the way back for number 44, Consult.
Yeah, MacGyver doing a really good job on that forecheck. That's something the Spartans have really changed from last night. They're getting down into the dirty areas, forcing the Chippewas to work to get out of their own zone. They're not just letting the Chips get out of their own zone very easily.
A couple of players fought for it in front of the Chippewa bench. It was won by State, where they sent it back to their own zone to reset. Garrett Smith now tries to get it out. It'll come to the near side boards. McComas skates in with it, but chased after by Alec Evans, who took a shot in front, rebounded in front, a couple of nice chances, and Rolf's got it. He says no off the stick of Nick Lockhart, who went for the rebound.
As a goaltender, that's one of your worst nightmares when the puck is bouncing out round in front of you, playing pinball off of players' skates out in front. And it's really good job there by Rofe, and a little bit of luck, too, for him to be able to find that puck and eventually corral it after the Spartans had a couple of shots go off, a couple of Central Michigan skates out in front.
1:30 left to go in this first period. The Spartans lost the draw, but kept it in the zone at the point for Finn Sears at the Chippewa side. Shot off the post, rebound in front. Oh, my goodness, sir. Rofe was able to get his blocker glove side on that one. And the Spartans keep it in the zone. Another try from the point there. Getting in was Jonathan Block, and this one missed the net. Now again, number 12 shot there. That's Lockhart, and Rofe's got that one secured finally.
That's a good job there by Rofe to realize that your team's that the defense out in front of it is getting a little lost, and to be able to stop that puck and stop the game, to slow it down for your team, allow them to get a new line out there. That's really good defensive-minded work there by Thomas Rofe.
And the face-off with 1 minute left will come back again for Simon Selly. We'll reset this one after a fair draw was not taken there.
The wingers infringed along the circle, trying to get in there and help their forwards.
Simon Selly wins the draw. Behind the net is Jordan Cooper, skating far side of the Chippewa bench. Tries to get it out, but met there with two Spartan defenders who keep it in. Alec Evans threw it to the other side. Christopher Martin has to chase after it, along with Garrett Smith. And they're not able to keep it in. Here come the Chippewas on a breakout now. Christopher Martin over there with Jordan Cooper. Gets help with Isaac Gibbs. Turned over there by the Spartans. Nice job. And a breakaway chance here. It's Alec Evans moving in for the shot. He scores! Forehand, backhand. Alec Evans puts the Spartans on the board. They score first with 41 seconds left to go.
That's just a lapse in concentration there by the Central Michigan defense. You can't let a man get behind you, and in that instance they did. St. Andre couldn't intercept the pass at center, and the Spartans get that coveted first goal, in which we've mentioned before they've got 3 wins when they've scored the first goal.
I believe that was Jarzynski at the Spartan blue line, able to get the turnover there from Christopher Martin. He threw a long stretch pass through center ice that met there with Alec Evans, and he beat the defenders all the way to Thomas Rofe to go on the backhander from his blocker's side to put that one in the net for the Spartans, and they lead this game 1-0 after one frame. The Chippewas trying to respond here late. It's Owen Campbell at the point. Roughed off the puck by 2 Spartan defenders. It comes to the right circle there where Nolan Nuash, who is met with a physical presence by Jacob Kosnick. The freshman Campbell and Kosnick out there to help. Now the Spartans get it out of the zone once again for a change. Here's Chris Fisher moving over the line. Gets it over to the left circle for Noah Nuwash, who's knocked off the puck by a few Chippewa defenders with 10 seconds left to go in this game. In this first period, rather, excuse me. And out of the zone is thrown away here by Charlie Hayes. And that'll do it for this first period of play. So the Spartans get one up on the Chippewas late in the first, scored by Alec Evans, assisted by Andrzej Jarzynski after a turnover at the Spartan point. And both teams will head off the ice for this first change of intermissions. We'll be right back on the CCHN network for our intermission report, brought to you by CMHIceHockey.com. After 1, Spartans 1, Chippewa 0. We'll be back in a moment. Back in Martin Ice Arena for the first intermission presented by CMHIceHockey.com. I'm Devin Sarah on the call for today's game, giving you your first intermission report. To recap today's game so far, Central Michigan comes in tonight on this 2-game weekend series after beating the Spartans on their own ice 5-2 last night. Joey Simon-Selly had 3 goals in that game, along with Jacob St. Andre and Justin McComas, who tried to get on the board early in this game and couldn't do it. A couple of back-and-forth plays for both teams, a couple of nice breakout chances. Chippewas doing a good job getting pucks thrown in front, where guys Keegan Moore and Brendan Martin couldn't bury these shots home from the slot. But answering late here with only 1 minute left to go in the third period, it's Alec Evans for the Spartans, number 8, the forward. Excuse me, sorry. Alec Evans scoring the first goal to get us on the board. Sylvan, the freshman from Sylvan Lake, Michigan, played at Detroit Jesuit Academy during his high school years. He went on the goal there, assisted on a long breakaway chance after a turnover was created at the Spartan bench. Moving in was Andrzej Jerzinski to turn over the puck from Christopher Martin, where it led to a breakaway chance for Alec Evans, and he buries it home, putting the Spartans on the board, who, through 5 wins this season in the 14 games they have played, 3 of those 5 wins have come when they have scored first. So a big opportunity here for the Spartans to keep up the momentum after they fell apart last night in the third period. The Chippewas, no one on the board yet. As of late, Thomas Rolfe making a couple key saves to keep it in it, only to 1 goal. But nonetheless, great effort by the Spartans, doing a great job, especially of creating pressure on the Chippewas in their own end, especially helping out at the blue line on both sides of the boards, getting in there to the dirty areas and winning those one-on-one battles. Some of the Spartans are looking to keep up. Now time to shift over to our out-of-town scoreboards, presented once again by CMHIceHockey.com. This one for today's scores right now: Ferris State University and Western Michigan playing in each of their first games against each other in 2 seasons. Ferris State taking on Western in Kalamazoo after Western Michigan sits at 1-1, officially winning against Michigan State on their ice, and Michigan State, when they played, winning on Western Michigan's ice. That game has an official puck drop for 8:45 p.m. Eastern. You can check out all of the media kits for these games live on ACHAHockey.com, ACHAHockey.org, your shop for all things ACHA hockey. Looking over once again for these MCHC teams that play today, the Hope College Dutchmen, who sit at 13-0 currently on the season, play Calvin University, who the Chippewas swept, or rather tied with and won against last week on their ice, and then coming back on home ice, tying on their ice, coming back on their home ice, on our home ice, to end the series in the winning column, taking away 3 points on the week. That puck drop is set for 7:30 Eastern from Grand Rapids at the Eagles Ice Center. Calvin hosts that game. Looking over now to our other MCHC matchup for the day. Oakland University takes on Grand Valley State University. The 15-1 Lakers take on Oakland University at the Griff's Georgetown Ice House in Hudsonville, Michigan. That game set for an 8 p.m. puck drop. Again, all of these media kits for the games and more live on ACHA.com/D3 scoreboard. Trine University taking on Lawrence Tech University. They will play that game at 9:15 Eastern on a late start from Thunder Ice Arena in Angola, Indiana. Those teams sit at Trine 8-5 record on the year, and Lawrence Tech at 6-4. Finally, to wrap up your scores for today's game, the Spartans in Central Michigan in this game lead 1-0 over the 4th-ranked Chippewas. Spartans, after coming out of the new rankings, drop from the number 8 rank to number 14. Chippewas stay even. And we'll give you those rankings for the second intermission report coming up later on with Reagan Cleves. For our final intermission report, we'll give you the Chippewas scoreboard. We'll look at football for this week. The Chippewas winning over Ball State this week. Not able to advance in the MAC West Championship, however, anymore, with the NIU football win over Buffalo. So that game coming up. Michigan State, Central Michigan will play their final football game of the season against Eastern Michigan University to round out the Michigan games that they won against Western earlier for the Cannon Trophy. And our final Chippewa scoring for today, how about the Division II Chippewas, who came back on home ice for a 2-game weekend series with West Virginia, coming into tonight 8-2 record on the year. They come in against the heavily underrated and I guess underdog team, Central Michigan. But Central able to close it out tonight on home ice, 4-2, the final score in that game, taking place before this game's puck drop, roughly a half an hour in advance. The Chippewas will go into that weekend series, come out of that weekend series happy. That'll just about do it for our first intermission report, presented by CMHIceHockey.com. If you're looking for pictures of CMU hockey, look no further than the Instagram and CMU Club Hockey networks. The broadcast of today's game is a copyright presentation of the American Collegiate Hockey Association and the CMU Club Hockey Network. No reproduction, retransmission, or other distribution of the descriptions or accounts of this game may take place without the express written consent of the ACHA and CCHN. We'll be back for second period action live from Martin Ice Arena. You're listening in to CMU Club Hockey here on CCHN. Back here live from Martin Ice Arena for Central Michigan Hockey. I'm Devin Serra on the call for today's game with Reagan Cleese after a first goal scored by the Spartans to get us on the board late in the period. That goal taken by Alec Evans, assisted by Garrett Smith on that one after a turnover the blue line. We called it as Andrei Zierzinski, who was involved in the play, but officially getting the assist for that one will be Garrett Smith, along with the goal for Alec Evans. A great job by the Spartans to get themselves. They had a couple of great chances late in that first period.
Yeah, and for them, it's key for them to capitalize and put the Chippewas down. They haven't trailed much this season, but when they have, they've been able to battle back and face up to the challenges we are underway here in period number 2.
The Spartans won the draw and sent it deep into the Chippewa zone. That was Finn Sears. And now this one comes back out all the other way. And we'll get a quick icing here where it'll reset in the Chippewa zone, 19:45.
Yeah, and we talk about Alec Evans getting that goal for him. That brings him back within 1 point of Logan McIvern at the top of that Michigan State scoring leaders. For McIvern, he sits at 14 points, and with Evans, that's his 7th goal of the year. That puts him at 13. He's got 6 assists as well, as the Chippewas are able to get it out to neutral ice after they win the draw on the defensive end.
Yep, tagging up here with it is Chris Trush and Spencer Shackmuth in their own zone. Shackmuth gets it over to the left boards on the near side for Jack Wellens, who tried to move it into the zone off the stick of Mike Kankey, and this one's reset in the zone by the Chippewas. Turnover there after a long stretch pass attempted over the blue line. Here's Jack Wellens, takes a shot near side, blocked away by the goaltender Rolf easily. Another try taken there on the far side, not from a great angle, and this one stays in the zone. Spartans can't keep it in, however, and they have to dump it back in, where now it's Jordan Cooper resetting with it. Jordan Cooper moves over the line, inside the zone, takes a long shot from the point that missed. A second effort shot by Keegan Moore from the left circle, and that one easily deflected off a Spartan up and out of play.
Yeah, I know that shot went well wide, but part of me thinks that may have been intentional as it carried off the end boards right on to the path of Keegan Moore, and he's able to get a good shot on with Bryn Summerfield over on the left side. And he had a wide open cage for a second, but Summerfield came over and made a nice save.
Yeah, Reagan, trying to get those long, sort of look like shots, but they're more phantom. Trying to get it off the end boards behind the net to the other side and get that chance in front is what the Chippewas have attempted, but not able to do it just yet.
And you see it work for a lot of teams. Now look out, here's
St. Andre on a Simon Selly on a 2-1-1. Simon Selly to St. Andre, couldn't get the shot off, blocked away on the stick of Sommerfeld. And this one comes all the way back to the other end, where we will not get an icing, as moving in there was Jack Wellens. On the near side boards, one-on-one with Charlie Hayes. He wins that battle and gets it back to the point attempted for Andrei Zierzinski. Not able to handle it, though, after Jacob St. Andre came back in. And here's Jordan Cooper at the right circle. Now gets it back for Simon Selly, who went backhand to the other side, cross ice, with nobody home. St. Andre now tries to get it behind the net, roughed off the puck there by number 24, Zierzinski, and now the Spartans get it out. 1-on-2 here for Alec Evans, who had the goal earlier tonight, sticked away by Austin Whaley, and now he'll set up in front.
Yeah, good job by Summerfield on that 2-on-1 with Simon Selly on St. Andre to get that poke check out. That's something as a goaltender that's often underrated. Now look out, here's a spin around shot by
Campbell did a spin around shot from the net.
Good keep the line there by Martin.
Went wide from Sommerfeld's blocker, and now the Spartans move it in. On the near side, Marcelo takes a shot that went just wide of Rove. Back at the point, keeping him in the zone, trying to cycle it is Sleeper at the point for the Spartans. And at the other side, getting roughed off the boards was Jacob Kosnick along with Marcelo. Michael Marcelo, the defenseman, tries to get it in front. Rose trying to stop that one, doesn't have a handle on it, but the Chippewas help him out. It's Keegan Moore over there to get it out of the zone, and this one will reset and a couple players will change. Sommerfeld, after that long stretch pass, missed, takes this glove down. 17-13 left to go in the first period.
Yeah,
or second period, excuse me.
Yeah, here in the first couple of minutes of this second period, it seems like it's been all Spartans. The Chippewas have gotten a couple of opportunities. The Spartans have kept that momentum from the end of that opening frame, and they've been able to do a nice job of keeping that momentum.
Now the Spartans on a breakout chance here. Is number 12, Lockhart with the shot near side, went just over the glove of Rofe, and this one comes back out to center ice after wrapping around the end boards all the way. But Comas now on the near side, center ice, gets it over to Porzanek, who's got it at the left circle. Takes a shot from far side angle that went off the left post. And this one trying to be controlled by Austin Whaley behind the net. Jay Nadeau comes in to help, but he's knocked off the puck by a couple of Spartans, and they'll get it out. Here on a breakout chance is Lockhart once again with Whaley moving over. Brendan Martin comes in to help. Shot there, easily blocked away by Rofe. He says no, but this one not controlled. Still in the Chippewa end. They finally get it out after Martin was able to help out Justin McComas in his own end.
Yeah, for those two Lockhart chances, the Chippewas kind of let down their guard at neutral ice for one. Austin Whaley tried to play the clearing attempt with his stick rather than his glove, which probably would have helped him a little bit more.
From left to right, we forgot to mention the Spartans in their black, white, and green trim. On the other side, after a shot taken there by Christopher Martin at the right circle, stopped by Sommerfeld. On the right side, it'll be switching ice, the Chippewas and their maroon and gold trim with the stripes. Taking this one with 16:04 left to go. This faceoff will come back to the Spartans circle near the Chippewa boards. Taking this draw will be Garrick Smith, who had the assist on the first goal tonight by Alec Evans. He wins that draw against Simon Selly, and Simon Selly, a few uncanny losses on the faceoff. We know him as one of the best faceoff men in all of ACHA, but the Spartans are giving it to him right now.
Yeah, the Spartans have done a really good job of tying up Simon Selly and not letting him win those draws cleanly. And their wingers have been faster to this. Their wings have been faster to the face-off dot in response than ours have, and that's allowed Michigan State to gain the edge on face-off.
Face-off waved off by the referee. Jordan Cooper was there to chase after it, but he had to dump this puck all the way to the other side after being pursued by a Spartan. Now in the Spartans' end, they take it. Moving over the line was number 87, Logan McGyver. Made a few nice dekes around a few defenders. And this one gets a stoppage in play, and we're going to have a penalty coming up here.
It's going to be interference on Finn Sears, I believe. Actually, that's actually number 8 headed. That's Alec Evans headed to the box.
Yeah.
So another penalty against him in this weekend. Oh, geez, we keep getting the number wrong. That's actually Garrick Smith.
It is Garrick Smith, yes. And Smith was trying to knock Simon Selly out of the play. Ended up getting his stick out of his hands after a few of them got chippy in front of the slot area. But nonetheless, Chippewas will go to their first power play of the night after the Spartans had theirs earlier. So here's Jordan Cooper at the point winning the draw. Now he'll tie up there with Jay Nadeau on the right boards, pursued by a Spartan defender, Alec Evans. And Cooper has to go all the way behind the net to send this back to the other side where it skates gingerly down to the Chippewa end. It'll be St. Andre there tagging up, and the Spartans will change.
Yeah, nobody there at the line for the Chippewas. And that allowed the Spartans to get into the offensive zone. That could have been a cross-check on St. Andre, but he gets away with one there at his own line.
Jay Nadeau picked this puck up from his own slot area, and he'll skate in alone on an individual effort. Gets around a few defenders, sends this puck deep to the other side where Jacob Kosnick met up with it, but couldn't handle it. Now Nadeau at the point blew a tire on his own, and breaking out here are the Spartans. Logan McGyver trying to get out into the Chippewa zone. Jordan Cooper says no. A nice defensive stand by him to knock McGyver off his own puck. And Martin, the captain Brendan Martin, making a few nice digs in the slot area. Never got the shot off. A minute gone in their power play. Martin skates around to the point, takes a shot. That one deflected in front. St. Andre takes it. Power play chance here for the Chippewas. They do go cross ice to Cooper. Back down low for Kosnick, who missed on the shot. And the Spartans get it out, and they'll go off for a change, both teams.
Yeah, and for the Chippewas, that's when you gotta at least get a shot off there for Kosnick. It skipped through the wicket, skipped through his wickets, and he was unable to get a stick on that one to put it on the back door.
Owen Campbell has to reset his own end. He ties up there along with number 10 out there. That's Keelan Baker, as well as Owen Campbell, the star freshman. Still leading points for these freshmen as Keegan Moore moves in. Keelan Baker, rather, tries to go backhand. That missed the net in front, looking for help. Nobody home. Owen Campbell now in his own end.
10 seconds left on the power play.
Rather,
here.
Spartan end here. The Chippewas looking for it at the end of their power play. Owen Campbell ties up. Back to the high slot for Hayes after he takes a shot. And that one blocked away in front. They still have it in the zone, but it'll be Garrett coming out of the box. He does, and he gets it on his stick now. Gets it up the way to Nolan Newash, and the Spartans will break out. At the right circle, Newash makes a deke. Nice turnover there by Owen Campbell. He'll get it out of the zone up to the Chippewa bench over there, corralled by Keegan Moore. And now Baker moves in to step up on Consult and missed on the hit. And we'll get a stoppage in play right here after it went up and out into the bench.
Offside call there.
Or rather offside, excuse
on
me.
the Chippewas.
Thought I saw the puck go out.
As the puck came just ever so slightly out of the line. The linesman was right on top of that. Nice call there by the linesman. We've got a 4-man crew once again. One thing we've noticed watching the D3 game, or the D2 game ahead of this one, was that they rely on a 3-man system. And probably because D3 gets a little bit more chippier than the higher levels in the ACHA. Ooh, that one hit the light stanchion.
Yeah.
Up above.
Wow. That was I believe, Jacob St. Andre trying to flip it out of the zone, but he ended up hitting it up into the small amount of lighting we have here at Martin Ice Arena in the rafters.
Provides some good lighting, but that one just went up and.
I think he might have broke it. You see that piece of plastic hanging off there. I'm not sure if that's what that's from.
Maybe, I don't know.
Nonetheless, the face-off draw will be back in the Chippewas zone. It's Simon Selly taking the draw there with Jonathan Block. Simon Selly won it, and he's able to wrap it around the other side, where Isaac Gibbs tried to tag up with it and couldn't handle it. Now all the way back to the Spartan zone. At the near side boards, it's Consult for the Spartans, the defenseman. Tying up there with Isaac Gibbs. A couple players scrap for it on this chance at the near side boards. The Spartans win it. Here comes Consult over the line. Able to get it up there, tagged up for his forward. That was Jack Karskanen. And a defensive stand there by the Chippewas. That was Christopher Martin.
Great job there by Jordan Cooper to knock that pass down.
But they can't get it out of the zone, however. And now they finally do. It'll be Simon Selly and St. Andre through center. He tags up with Isaac Gibbs. St. Andre alone takes a shot just over the glove. Saved by Sommerfeld. Oh, my goodness. What a wrister.
Sommerfeld has been absolutely fantastic.
Flashing the glove there.
Flashing the leather on that one and did even a little bit of a windmill kind of thing to show off for the crowd here.
No, as a goaltender, I've always been curious. Reagan, why do the goaltenders like to flash the glove like that? Is it is it a show off thing or is it routine?
It's not necessarily a show off thing. It's just kind of what happens as Cooper let a shot go whistling wide.
He did. It wrapped around the end boards all the way to the other side for Christopher Martin, who's able to handle it. Gets it back down low for Porzanic. Tried to throw one in front with Jay Nadeau, and he couldn't handle it. Another shot from the point by Christopher Martin. Rebounded, and the Spartans control and get it out of their own zone. Mike Kanke moving up the near side boards, intended a pass for Ethan Adams that missed and went all the way deep. Here's the Spartans controlling with it. Defended off by 3 Chippewas on the far side corner end boards, and they now control and get it out. Justin McComas through center. Young's up on the wing with Michael Marcello defending, and now Porzanic in there to help. Couldn't control it, however, and Jack Wellens on the wing takes it. Near side to us, Porzanic turned it over, goes cross-ice to McComas, back down low for Porzanic, who got turned over there. Interference there by Michael Marcello. He's going to go to the box.
It's going to be a hook there on the Spartans. Porzanic got caught up with number 29 for...
No, I believe that was Michael Marcello getting in there. Michael Marcello gets the hooking call after Porzanic took a feed in front from McComas and almost hit his head on the near side net posting. Luckily, he's okay. And now the faceoff won by the Chippewas. It's Brendan Martin at the center zone. High slot. Goes cross-ice to Austin Whaley at the left circle. Never got a shot off. Great defensive play there by Logan McGyver to get his skate in the stick path of Whaley.
Yeah, for the Chippewas, they've already gone 0 for 1 here tonight, and they're looking to get their first one here today.
Yep, the Chippewas' second power play tonight, the second of this period, and here comes the Spartans on a turnover. It's Logan McGyver moving it along, wraps around the net, tries to go in front for Alec Evans, who had the goal here tonight, and a great defensive stand by Simon Selly to get a stick in there. And Simon Selly gets it over to St. Andre, goes in front for the shot, and he couldn't get a lot on it after he was knocked off the puck. Goes down to the ice by Spencer Shackmuth. And now once again, McGyver moving it alone, gets it deep into the Chippewa zone with a minute gone in their power play opportunity. This puck is lifted out of the air in by Alec Evans, and this one goes for a stoppage and play. Both teams will change.
That puck going up and out of play off of, we believe, a Spartan, so it'll come out of the Chippewa end. 10:07 left here in the second period of play. 1:05 left on the man advantage for the Chippewas.
This face-off draw taken here by Owen Campbell. He wins it. And Charlie Hayes will handle it in his own end. Goes cross-ice to the Spartans zone, or rather bench. Now it's Owen Campbell back to the other side. A few cross-ice passes here. Back to the point for Charlie Hayes in the high slot. Gets it back to the left circle for Owen Campbell. One-timer blocked away there by a Spartan. A nice defensive stand.
That was actually blocked by unintentionally by Jacob Kosnick in front. And
I thought I saw Garrett Smith getting in there.
Unluckily for the Chippewas, it comes out the zone. Now the puck getting tangled up in the linesman in front of the Chippewa bench across the way.
In front of the Chippewa bench, Owen Campbell handles it. Gets it over the line to the Spartan zone. Back to the point for Kyle Chapman. Tries to go to the point for Charlie Hayes, but getting in there was Smith for the Spartans to knock that off from his stick. But they still keep it in. Owen Campbell and Jacob Kosnick cycle with it on the near side boards. In the left circle. Back to the slot. Down low for Jacob Kosnick behind the net. Corralled by a defender. That's Finn Sears getting in there. Now he'll go to the far side board. Shot taken there, and Sommerfeld says no.
A good glove save there from a shot from the right circle. Fans, this is just a reminder that the broadcast of today's game is a copyrighted presentation of the American Collegiate Hockey Association and the CMU Club Hockey Network. No reproduction, retransmission, or other distribution of the descriptions or accounts of this game may take place without the express written consent of the ACHA and CCHA.
Taking this draw in the Spartan end with 6 seconds left in the power play is McComas. He won it, and Christopher Martin took a pass from the point that he couldn't handle after the puck was lifted into the air. So this power play ends up with 8:57 left to go in this second. The Chippewas 0 for 2 on the power play right now once again. But they keep it in the zone. It's Owen Campbell behind the net. Or rather, injury report Zondik trying to get down low to McComas. They score! McComas in front after a feed from Porzonik behind the net. And they get one back even on the even strength after the power play. It's 1-1.
Yeah, Justin McComas finding the puck on the doorstep, just a few feet out from the top of the crease, and he puts it top left corner past Bryn Summerfield. He makes a fantastic effort at it, but it was just that good of a shot, and the Chippewas have tied up this hockey game with 8:44 left.
Yeah, McComas in the low slot, getting on the board. His second game in 2 games. Scored last night against Michigan State to get them their 4th goal of that game after Simon Selly's hat trick. And he's sure going to be happy about that one. As now the Chippewas in their own end look for another. Jordan Cooper gets it up the wing to Jay Nadeau, who goes cross-ice at the other wing for Justin McComas. McComas moving in with Gibbs, tries to slash a puck, rebounded in front a couple times, still loose in front. Isaac Gibbs in there to help, and this one finally goes free to the near side end boards by the left circle. Goes to the other side for Jay Nadeau. Back to the point. The Spartans coming back here. Christopher Martin couldn't handle a pass at the point. And moving in is Jukars Cannon for a shot. Couldn't get anything on it. Getting out of the zone is Jordan Cooper. A couple of nice breaks there. Christopher Martin, not a great pass there. Jacob St. Andre tries to come into the zone. Another try in front. Rebound, and they score! Isaac Gibbs on the rebound! Jacob St. Andre moved in with a couple of help from Joey Simon Selly. And burying this one is Isaac Gibbs on another rebound chance. Just like that in less than a minute. It's 2-1 in favor of the Chips.
Yeah, the Chippewas doing a great job here almost exactly a minute later. After tying up the game, Isaac Gibbs is able to put a rebound past Bryn Summerfield, who had lost the puck out in front of him. It was a bouncing puck out in front. St. Andre was in on a 3-on-2 with Simon Selly and Isaac Gibbs, and the Chippewas. 2 quick goals put them up by 1.
And just like that, as the momentum shifted in that end of the first period with Michigan State's goal, Central Michigan now leads 2-1. And back in their own end, trying to corral it is Austin Whaley. Gets it over to Isaac Gibbs, who skates behind his own net, defended there by Parker Davidson. And finally gets it up the left wing, up for Austin Whaley. St. Andre moving in now for Sommerfeld, who has to get this one on his stick behind his own net. Not able to get it out yet as the Spartans. And St. Andre lays up a big hit on Logan McGyver to the left circle.
That's going to draw a penalty on St. Andre, and that'll send the Chippewas to the penalty kill. I was just about to say, Devin, the Chippewas, we talk about them being a fantastic team 5-on-5, and so far this series they've proven that, but also they've been a very good team when they've been on the penalty kill, and we'll see if that continues here with a penalty to Jacob St. Andre for the next 2 minutes.
Second power play of the night coming here for Michigan State. Both teams right now have not yet scored on the power play tonight. At the point, won by the Spartans. It's McGyver over there. And now a shot taken there from the left circle by Alec Evans from a hard angle. Evans tries to cycle this puck down low. He does. Over there to help out is Garrick Smith. The Spartans behind the net of Rofe. Brendan Martin's in there to defend, and they slash away at it, trying to get the puck free. It's held up there behind.
This is a really good job on the penalty kill here by the Chippewas, and the bench is getting fired up across the way.
The Chippewas killing a lot of time right there. The puck was stuck for a while, and a 2-on-1 chance here. It's Owen Campbell there with Keegan Moore. Owen Campbell, wrister shot, saved by Sommerfeld. Second chance after wraparound, still loose in front, and Sommerfeld blocks it off on the other side. Keegan Moore now defended by a couple of Spartans. My goodness, on the penalty kill, 2 great opportunities.
Yeah, the Chippewas doing a great job on that penalty kill to keep the puck hemmed inside their own zone against the boards, killing as much time as they can, and that leads to a rush the other way.
Here comes on the rush the other way, Garrick Smith along there on the wing with Alec Evans. Can't keep it in the zone. He does actually. Logan McGyver tried to take it, and the Chippewas get it out, and they kill more time off. 44 seconds left to go in this second power play tonight for Michigan State with 5:53 left to go in the second.
This has been a continuation of a fantastic penalty kill from last night. The Chippewas haven't given the Spartans a bunch of opportunities, and when they have, they've been able to shut them down.
But here's on the breakout, the Spartans. It's Jonathan Block back to the point for a few defenders. Spencer Shackmuth now. Down low to the right circle for Jack Karskinen. He'll wait with it back to the point for Shackmuth. Over the wing to a shot taken there by Chris Trush. And that one blocked away on the near side by Rofe with his blocker. Great defensive stand right there, and the Chippewas get it out of the zone, and they're going to end this power play. Once again, a fabulous penalty kill.
What a great job shorthanded there by these Chippewas. Not only smothering the Spartan offense, but also taking that momentum from those 2 goals and continuing it when they're a man down.
So Michigan State now goes 0 for 6 for this weekend on the power play still. And Rychuk tags up here with Gazdecki now. Cross-ice feed for Kosnick that missed in the low slot. They set up in the Spartan end. Or here they come on a breakout. Long stretch of pass here attempted for Lockhart, who just missed it off the feet of Trush. And now behind the net, Charlie Hayes pursues him alone. And he wins that battle. Rychuk trying to get it back out of the zone. Blocked off there by Jack Karskinen, who kept it in the zone. Charlie Hayes behind his own net controls with it. Turns at the right circle off the wing. Knocked off the puck there by Jack Koskinen, who took a trip with no call there called, and the Spartans will change. Still not getting out of the zone for the last 30 seconds is the Chippewas. Hayes finally flips this out of the zone where it comes to the blade of Jerzinski. Cycles this puck back to the wing for Ethan Adams, who tried to flip it back into the Chippewa zone. They don't, and here the Chippewas control the other way. Gazdecki at the right circle. Stops, turns. Looks back to the high slot, back to the point for Jordan Cooper. Takes the shot, wrister, rebounded in front, and no one controls. And now the Spartans finally get it out. Wellens gets it up through center ice to Adams, who couldn't control it. And now a long stretch feed for Charlie Hayes, intended by Christopher Martin, dumped. 3:46 left to go in this second period. The Chippewas get 2 goals in less than a minute to take the lead in the second period, off the sticks of Justin McComas and Isaac Gibbs off 2 great chances in front of the net.
Yeah, the Chippewas have been doing a great job, and if you want to take a look at some pictures of the Chippewas doing said great job, you can look on Instagram at Tristan Hagenstein Photography. We will not go through the trouble of spelling that out at the time as play is back underway.
Back underway here, the Spartans win the draw. Number 5's Nick Sleeper takes it behind his net. The transfer from Northwood University gets it up the wing to Mike Kenke. Kenke moves out the wing, makes a nice move in to get a deke around Andrew Porzanik, but couldn't handle the puck. And now behind the net, defended there, good by the Chippewas. Kenke trying to get a shot off. Deflected away to the other side of the left circle now. The puck still not controlled by either team. And finally, Jordan Cooper's able to settle it down for Christopher Martin, who dumps it all the way back to the Spartan end. And icing waved off by the referees here after Borzanik raced in. Great defensive stand there to knock Finn Sears off with a check. And now Justin McComas moves in. Couldn't handle a pass from Ethan Adams, and Adams took it away. Jay Nadeau tried to get a center ice feed from Justin McComas. It's still in the Spartan end, and finally they'll get it out.
Yeah, the Spartans seeming to get a little bit more physical here as we go on after the momentum is shifted all in the way of the Chippewas. Puck rolls in on Rofe, and he'll hold on for a whistle, and there's some extracurriculars.
And there's going to be some extra, as you mentioned, from Isaac Gibbs, who didn't like Wellens moving in past the defender. That was Austin Whaley. The referee's getting in there to knock this one away, this potential scrum away. the near side boards near the Spartan bench. 2:38 left to go in this second period, Reagan. I'll tell you what, the momentum really shifted in this tilt. It seemed like the last 3 minutes of the first period, Michigan State had the momentum, and now that's all gone away for them.
Yeah, it's ever since that goal from Isaac Gibbs, or actually we'll trace it back to the goal from Justin McComas after he tied the game up for the Chippewas from Porzontic on a feed in front, and it's been all Chippewas since. Spartans seem a little bit demoralized.
Spartans win that draw, however, and Alec Evans makes a nice few turns to keep it on his blade of his stick. Goes cross ice for Garrick Smith, who took a long, hard angle shot, and that one deflected up and out of play. Or rather, Rofe controlled that with his glove.
Yeah,
2:26 left to go.
Yeah, that shot was going wide, but Rofe again doing a good job. Like we've talked about these goaltenders doing a very good job with time management in their own zone. They've been making saves when their team is needed to get off the ice, and they've been holding on to the puck, and that's just offsides as St. Andre goes in just before the puck carrier, Isaac Gibbs, and we'll have a stoppage of play here.
You know, I think it attests to a lot of the quality chances that Central's getting over Michigan State. Sommerfeld's not able to control some of these rebounds, as we mentioned, in front. That's led to 2 goals, him not controlling the puck, and these hard angle shots aren't going to do it for Michigan State with a stout goaltender like Rofe. It's a shot attempted there by Garrick Smith was deflected away in front by Isaac Gibbs.
Yeah, and you talk about it, that just the puck management by these goaltenders, and for these teams to have a goaltender who has the mindset of, hey, my team's tired, it's been a long time in the zone, or it's just been a chaotic time in the zone for a short amount of time. They've been doing a really good job of that here tonight.
Isaac Gibbs tried to get it out of the zone. It was met at the Spartan bench by Chris Trush. And this puck is caught up at the left circle in the pants of Simon Selly. That's a first this season we've seen, Reagan.
Yeah, certainly a first. You see it get caught up in goaltenders' paraphernalia a lot, but not often in skaters.
Michigan State won the draw. There. Good block in front after a shot attempt at the point by Spencer Shackman. And they'll get it out. Here's St. Andre in front of 2 defenders. Makes a couple of nice dekes. Gets around 1 defender. Goes in front. Shot. Score! Oh, my goodness! Jacob St. Andre. What a goal!
His second in 2 games. He lets a shot go from an impossible angle.
Wow! Jacob St. Andre made a few nice dekes around the defenders. That was Chris Trush trying to defend, but he couldn't do it at St. Andre as the whole team skates around to the bench and the goaltender, Rofe. What a near side shot by Jacob St. Andre. I wish we had a video feed for you all to see that at home, but what a goal by Jacob St. Andre, with a goal of the year contender right there.
That's just a great all-around goal by St. Andre to pick up that puck at neutral ice and move in down the right side, get around the defense, and let a shot go.
The second chance opportunity here for the Spartans. Nick Lockhart took a feed in front where he missed the net. And here's Owen Campbell on a one-on-one. In the slot, tries to get a shot off, couldn't do it. Blocked away there by Michael Marcello.
Referee got pinned to the boards there by Keelan Baker for a second.
Oh, Kyle Chapman takes a big hit at the point, trying to move around Salt. Shot at the point by Charlie Hayes that just went wide.
Thomas Rofe comes off the ice. There's 6 attackers on for the Chippewas here.
They're going to have a delayed penalty here, finally called with 1:02 left to go in the second period. Chippewas lead 3-1 right now, and they're going to go back on the power play here.
That's a dangerous play as entering in the zone left side. That was Kyle Chapman got kneed.
Yeah, Con Salt is going to go to the bench.
Going to call a trip on Salt.
Con Salt, the third-year defenseman from Turkey, Istanbul, Turkey. Played for the Turkish under-20 team at the World Junior Championships under-20 last season. One of the veteran defenders for this Spartan team, but he'll go to the box now as the third power play comes here for the Chippewas. Trying to get one more on the board with a minute left. Shot off the post from Isaac Gibbs at the right circle. What an effort. And Joey Simon Selly's there to chase after it at the left circle. Goes in front for St. Andre, couldn't handle the pass, and they'll cycle it. Big momentum shift here for the Chippewas, and they're looking for one more. 40 seconds to go in the second. Jordan Cooper takes it at the point. Skates around, goes back to the right circle for Gibbs on the wing. Gibbs, cross ice for Christopher Martin. Goes back down over St. Andre for a feed in front. A run on shot. another try for Jane Nadeau or Jordan Cooper, and the Spartans finally get it out.
Summerfield got turned around on that play, and he made a save with just pure luck. A shot from the right circle hit him and stayed out.
Here's Jordan Cooper over the line with
play.
help of Joey Simoncelli. Excuse to cut you off there, Reagan, with 10 seconds to go. Looking for one more shot attempt here. Jordan Cooper in the left circle. Cross ice for Isaac Gibbs. Shot taken just wide, and that one's going to end the period. With 58 seconds left to go on the power play, after three goals in the second period by the Chippewas, they lead this game 3-1 on a huge momentum shift. They've got the Spartans on their heels here late, and they'll go off the bench or go back to the locker room happy in that one.
And here's hoping the Chippewas can maintain that momentum. They got a 3-1 lead after 40 minutes. We'll be back with the second intermission report just after this. You're listening to CMU D3 Club Hockey on CCHN. Greg Cleaves back inside the broadcast booth here after 40 minutes of play, and the Chippewas had a dominating middle 20 of this contest, and they've got 58 seconds left on a power play after consult was whistled off at 18:58 for a tripping minor. That'll put the Chippewas on the power play with a fresh sheet of ice underneath their skates to start the third. Taking a look at that second period, Chippewas entered into that period with a 1-goal deficit, trailing 1-0 to Michigan State after an Evans goal late in that third period at 19:19. Alec Evans picked up a stretch pass from Garrick Smith, and he was in from the blue line and beat Thomas Rofe with a nifty little move, and he beat him low blocker, and that put Spartans up 1-0. But the Chippewas, it took them a little bit to get going in that second period, but just over halfway through, Justin McComas was parked right out in the slot. Porzondek worked the puck behind the goal line and fed it out in front, and McComas slammed it home, and that put the Chippewas up, or that tied the game for the Chippewas with 11:13 gone in the second. Just under a minute later, Isaac Gibbs entered into the zone with a 3-on-2 or a 3-on-1 with Jacob St. Andre and Joey Simon-Selly. They have been a fantastic line over this past couple of games, especially the last night, with Simon-Selly getting the hat trick and St. Andre getting a goal. But that line clicked again as they entered in on a 3-on-2. A bouncing puck came out in front, and Isaac Gibbs was able to bury it past Sommerfeld for a 2-1 Chippewa lead less than a minute after they had tied up the hockey game. Then at 18:46, Jacob St. Andre had a fantastic shot that I haven't seen a shot that good for a long time from the bottom of the right circle, much akin to one of the goals Simon-Selly had yesterday, but just a little bit more spicier. He had a shot that gave the Chippewas a 3-1 lead here at the end of 40 minutes of play. Power plays in that second period. Central Michigan went 0 for 3, and they did present the Spartans with one, but they were unable to capitalize on the St. Andre penalty for Ruff. Taking a look now at the out-of-town scoreboard, the Grand Rapids Griffins push to make it 4 straight road wins tonight at 8 p.m. as they take on the Texas Stars in Austin. That coming at 8 p.m. tonight. You can listen to that game in the Grand Rapids area on your radio dial. Just tune it to 1300 106.9 FM Wood Radio, and Bob Kaiser will have the call for you live from Texas. If not, if you can't listen, you can either watch on AHL TV or you can listen on iHeartRadio, same radio station, Wood Radio, 1300 106.9 FM. And again, Bob Kaiser will have the call at 8 p.m. puck drop out in Texas. As for the Saginaw Spirit, their next game is tonight at 7:30. They are on the road here tonight against the Owen Sound Tech. And they will kick off at 7:30 at the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center in Owen Sound. You can listen to that game in the Saginaw area. It'll be Joey Bottano on the call for you at 100.5 790 WSGW. Again, that's 7:30 tonight. Spirit at the attack. As for the Detroit Red Wings, they take on the Arizona Coyotes tonight after falling on Thursday to Vegas. They are in Arizona looking for their 9th win of the season to pull them back to 500. The Coyotes have had a dismal start to this year, as anybody in the hockey world knows. They're at 2-13-2. That game at 8 p.m. tonight. You can watch that on Valley Sports Detroit or listen on 97.1 The Ticket in the Detroit area. Taking a look at the rest of the NHL, the Hurricanes and the Kings at the end of 2-5-4. The Canes lead it. Lightning lead the Devils 3-1 at the end of 2. Every other game is later, and we'll take you through the run-through of that right now. The Wild and the Panthers kick off at 6. The Penguins and Maple Leafs at 7, along with the Predators and Canadians, Flames and Islanders, Bruins and Flyers. All those games at 7. The Blues and Stars kick it off at 8. The Blue Jackets and Golden Knights are at 10, along with Blackhawks and Oilers out on the West Coast. At 10:30, just a half hour later, the Capitals and the Sharks will play at 10:30. The Rangers and Senators game was postponed, I would assume due to COVID issues, but we may not, but I am not certain on that. Well, teams are just about to get on the ice. We'll step aside. We'll be right back with the action of the third period live here from Martin Arena.
Back inside Martin Ice Arena for third period of action here between Central Michigan and Michigan State. I'm Devin Serra on the call for today's game with Reagan Cleaves. After a very exciting second period that saw the Chippewas put on 3 even strength goals and an even prettier goal by Jacob St. Andre to get us up 3-1 in this game. The Chippewas back after Michigan State scored in the first period off the stick of Alec Evans. And a couple of great chances in front on rebound chances. They're going to start this third period on the power play after a penalty was assessed to number 44 of the Spartans, Consult. They'll have 58 seconds to do anything with that. And what a second period, Reagan.
Yeah, and for the Chippewas, that line of Gibbs, Simon Selly, and St. Andre has been absolutely lights out for the last 5 periods, or for the last 5 periods of hockey. Simon Selly had that hat trick yesterday, and also and today they've been just as good.
Shot totals for that second period were 15-9 in favor of Central Michigan, and they lead the overall shot totals now 25-22. As we're underway here for third period action, the Chippewas win the draw, and they'll send it deep into the Spartan zone where Sommerfeld controls in his own end.
Last time the Chippewas...
Up and out of play.
That puck goes up and out of play. Last time the Chippewas, or in the last game, they had 2 opportunities going into a period with a power play. They were unable to get a ton going in the offensive end. They couldn't really get settled once we got back underway in the period, as they are unable to win that offensive zone draw.
They don't win the draw, but McComas is there to wrap it up. And Simon Selly now on the far side end boards gets it back to the point where Charlie Hayes in front of the Spartan bench tried a shot that just went over the glove and wide of Sommerfeld. Now Gibson there to take it over. He can't. And Nick Sleeper takes it in his own end and dumps this puck far to kill off time in the power play. 20 seconds left to go in this man advantage for the Chippewas. Their third power play officially of the night. 0 for 3 still on these power plays. A whistle is called for icing. And now this will come back all the way to the other side.
Yeah, for the Chippewas with 14 seconds left on this man advantage, giving up that icing kind of ruins all your momentum that you had. They had a little bit going through the first 40 seconds of this period, but that icing kind of cripples their hopes for the rest of this power play. They give it away.
And left to right, a shot taken there from the hard angle circle. That was number 19, Garrett Smith. Look out.
That came up and hit the Michigan State coach, Don Headley, across the way. He gives a little flinch, but he's smiling, so he looks to be all right across there.
From left to right, we mentioned Chippewas and their maroon and gold trim with their stripes. From the right side is the Michigan State Spartans on our end with their black, green, and white trim, and probably one of the prettiest uniforms I've seen this year,
Those
Reagan.
are some pretty slick uniforms. The all-black uniforms with the white Spartan head on the front, the green and white stripes along the sleeves, those black pants and those black socks. It's one of the crispest
Move up to the
jerseys
line.
we've
Here's
seen.
Keegan Baker. Off to the point for Mo and Campbell. They score. No, they don't. Oh, my goodness. Austin Whaley was celebrating. I thought it was in the net after Owen
save.
Campbell took a centering slot feed from Keelan Baker. Oh, my.
That was a beautiful save by Bryn Sommerfeld, at least from what I saw was a save. That might have just gone wide or hit the post. I didn't see.
So now into the Chippewa end. Ethan Adams takes a shot from a hard angle, and that one's easily gloved down by Rofe. 18-15 left to go in this third period of play now.
Yeah, a little floater on to Thomas Rofe. He calmly gloves that one. He's been playing playing with a lot more confidence tonight than he was yesterday. It was a little bit concerning for me and Michael yesterday at Suburban Ice East Lansing that Thomas Rofe seemed to be a little bit too comfortable, a little bit nonchalant.
And now J. on a breakout chance. Andrew Brzonik on the breakaway. Shot blocked away by Sommerfeld. Oh, my, what a save there. They score, though! Brzonik on the rebound chance.
That was a sharp angle shot. The Chippewas get their fourth unanswered goal here.
And they're banging the drum here in Martin Ice Arena. Jay Nadeau and Andrew Brzonik were there to clean it up. I thought Sommerfeld controlled the shot attempt by Porzo, but nonetheless, he was able to bury that one back home on the second chance effort.
That's just a issue for Sommerfeld of not sealing that near side post. You see it a lot with goaltenders. They have a hard time sealing that post on the short side, getting those sharp angle shots. And that time it bit Summerfield. And the Chippewas are now up 4-1.
Big hit. Jordan Cooper steps up on Nick Lockhart at the Chippewa point. The boys are buzzing. I think I can say confidently here, Reagan.
I think you can say that.
So Nadeau gets the official assist there. Porzondik gets his first goal of this game. 4 different goals scored by 4 different Chippewas. And that goes unanswered through 2 periods of play. 17-21 left to go in this game. Central Michigan will look to ice this one out if they can keep this up.
Jay Nadeau is huddled over on the bench across the way, holding his shoulder. He's hunched over in pain.
And a turnover in the Spartan end. Here's Kyle Chapman moving in. Couldn't keep it on his stick, however. Now a breakout chance for the Michigan State Spartans. Shot from the right circle taken by Michael Marcella. That was blocked away by Rofe on his pad. And it comes back to the other side. Rychuk's trying to get it out of the end. He does not. And Gazdecki in front of the Central Michigan bench fights off their Michigan State defender. 16:46 left to go. Kyle Chapman tags up here with Charlie Hayes. Sends a cross-ice feed all the way in the neutral zone for Keegan Baker. And now this one comes behind the net for Sommerfeld. Chasing it after it was Isaac Gibbs, or rather Rychuk, excuse me. And now here come the Spartans the other way. Tagging up there with Nick Lockhart is Chris Fisher.
There's
And
gonna
they'll
be a
move in.
penalty.
Fisher goes backhand, saved by Rofe. And this one's still controlled in the end. Spartans looking to get back on the board. They haven't had a goal since the first period off the stick of Alec Evans.
Delayed
Back
penalty
to the
coming
point.
here on the Chippewas.
Delayed penalty shot taken there by Shackmuth. Rofe says no.
6
They
on
control
5
back
here.
at the point. Here comes Noah Nuwash, 6 on 5. Nuwash takes a shot wide over the near side of Rofe on his glove. And this one finally stopped and taken here by a Chippewa Rychuk. And now they'll go to the box. This will be the Spartans' third power play of the night.
And we might have more than one penalty. We saw, actually, no, we're just going to have the one we saw. Initially, the referee from outside the zone signaling to his partner down low, but it turns out it's just going to be one penalty here against the Chippewas.
Simon Sully took the draw but lost it. And now they get it out of the zone, though, after St. Andre chased after Consult, who couldn't handle it. And Brendan Martin makes a nice turnover on a breakaway chance. Brendan Martin goes backhand wide on the stick side of Sommerfeld.
Great shorthanded opportunity there by the Chippewas. Brendan Martin unable to finish it across the way, and now Kosnick gets...
And Kosnick's getting roughed up by a few
There's going to be a
Spartans.
delayed penalty
Delayed
here.
penalty coming here to Michigan State. They touch it. And they're going to go to 4-on-4. That was for sure initiated with Jacob Kosnick by number 87, Logan McGyver.
That's going to be a
McGyver's
holding
not
penalty.
happy. He's slamming his knees on the benches. The
And
wall.
McGyvern's going to go to the bench for a hold here. That'll put us 4-on-4 for the next 1 minute and 24 before the Chippewas will have an abbreviated power play.
The Spartans on that bench, very secluded to their own attention. Crossing his arms is McGyver, not happy with himself after a holding call on Jacob Kosnick. And now we'll go to 4-on-4 with 15:15 left to go in this third period of play. 1:16 left to go on the Michigan State man advantage that no longer exists, and 1:48 left to go. That means the Chippewas will get roughly 30 seconds of a power play after this is over. It skates into the Chippewa zone where it's controlled here by Austin Whaley. Tags up here with Jacob Kosnick through center. Gets up the wing with Keelan Baker. Makes a nice move wide behind the net. Circles in front for Keelan Baker's shot. And that one's saved by Sommerfeld with the blocker.
What a toe save there by Sommerfeld. That puck was right along in the ice, and he kicked out the right pad to knock it to the corner and knock the net off. So we'll continue 4-on-4 here with 14:50 left here in the third.
Sommerfeld with a great pad save there on Keelan Baker, one of the captains for this Central Michigan team, along with Brendan Martin. And now kept at another point is Isaac Gibbs. Gibbs gets it down low on the left circle point. There's Jordan Cooper now. Cooper can't keep it in the zone after a nice defensive stand by Alec Evans to get it out. And now Evans ties up with Jordan Cooper. They'll have some extracurricular in front of the Central Michigan bench, but Owen Campbell's deking around a few defenders, tries to go to the slot, didn't get a shot off. And now he'll tie up at the right circle boards. Owen Campbell on an individual effort, skating around a few Michigan State defenders here. Over there is Alec Evans to help out, and they'll keep it in the zone. Great job by Owen Campbell. Shot by Cooper from the left circle, and that one's easily gloved down by Sommerfeld for a stoppage in play with 14:10 left to go. 14 seconds, until the Chippewa man advantage.
Yeah, Chippewas will have an abbreviated power play, and if they can win the face-off draw, they might have a chance to set up for the eventual power play here.
Owen Campbell doing a great job keeping pressure on the Spartans here, not letting up after a 3-goal lead off 4 goals. And a long, dangerous chance there for Michigan State. Mike Kenke tried to get a breakaway off the feed from Nolan Nuwash and couldn't do it. Now Nuwash takes it himself, wraps around the left circle, goes behind the net, tries to go wrap around, can't do it, but he'll stay on the puck. Christopher Martin's there to handle that one away. And they stop this one, and now 22 seconds to go in this power play the Chippewas are on. Here's Jordan Cooper over the line, along with Brendan Martin. Throw it in front for Marty, or Jordan Cooper's actually, there. And Cooper couldn't get the shot off, or he did, but it was blocked in front there. And now Cooper at the left circle tried to control it off the stick of Brendan Martin, or Christopher Martin, and couldn't do it. 3 seconds left to go. Both teams' power plays end. 13-16 left to go. Now here's Logan McGyver for the Spartans. Moving in from the left circle, goes in front of the net, tries to take a shot. Big hit laid to the body by Isaac Gibbs. and he'll keep him down on the ice.
I have no idea how interference wasn't called on Gibbs, and now
Oh, that's a penalty right there. Porzonic, and we're going to get more. Over there is Logan MacGyver. Knocked Porzonic down to the ice, and Jordan Cooper's over there trying to get in the scrum. And it's in front of the Chippewa bench. A few players whacking away at each other here.
Yeah, and we might get a couple of coincidentals here. Isaac Gibbs was going after MacGyver, who lost his temper, slashed Porzonic up high in the head. He's definitely going to go to the bench. I wouldn't be surprised if Cooper or Gibbs get sent off here as well.
Well, MacGyver made a nice move to get in front of the net, cut in front of a few defenders, and tried to get a shot off, but he was knocked off there by Isaac Gibbs and took a big hit at the far side post that Rofe is at. I wonder if that had a lot to do with it. You know, late in a game like this, Reagan, it seems like, you know, the penalties start to come in a little bit more just because you're a little bit frustrated. You haven't gotten the chances you want. You've let in 4 unanswered goals, and that's got to be frustrating for a team that made a great effort, at least early in the game against Central Michigan yesterday. You know, giving the pressure like you talked about, Reagan.
Yeah, and for this third period, it's been very chippy, and we've had a couple of power plays early, and Spartans just getting a little bit more frustrated with 4 unanswered goals here for the Chippewas, but power play situation is going to be a little bit more complicated here. They haven't thrown anything up on the board.
Right now, over there, sitting inside of the penalty box, I see 3 Chippewas and 2 Spartans, it looks like, roughly.
It's just 2 Chippewas. The end of the bench is right next to where the penalty box starts, and
you know why that is.
Gets
Keegan Morris sitting inside there, but not actually in the box. And
yeah.
Rose over there, not on the ice for now, as we're going to have a 5 on, I believe, 3 here.
Yeah, and MacGyver's going to get the extra penalty here at the 7:02 mark. We'll wait to hear the announcement on the penalties.
Rather, that's Colin Smith over there. Excuse me. You know, they look similar.
I was wondering when you were going to catch that.
They both have the white masks, and I was thinking to myself, why would Rofe be at the bench right now?
I don't know. It's what you said. I wasn't going to correct you on
Logan
that.
MacGyver goes to the box, and the Chippewas will go back on the power play for 2 minutes. 12:55 left to go. Chippewas set up shot. McComas goes cross-ice to the right circle for Charlie Hayes, who stops. Back down low to Porzonic at the wing of the right circle. Wing moved up there along with Charlie Hayes to the point. Back to Hayes. Porzonic, top of the right circle, goes cross-ice. One-timer attempted by Chapman, and he fanned on it. Chapman's able there to cycle the puck, tries to get back to the point, and he can't do it. And Alec Evans will get this one out, and a couple of Spartans will go back and change. 1:27 left to go in the power play. Here's Charlie Hayes stopping with it. Tagging up with Andrew Porzonic and Kyle Chapman on his wings. Goes to the far side wing at the benches. Is Kyle Chapman moving in over the zone. Chapman stops, waits, goes back down low for Porzonic, who got it over to Nadeau. At the top of the slot is Charlie Hayes taking a shot. It just went wide. And now over the right circle, top of it is Jay Nadeau. Wins that battle against a Spartan defender. And it's Charlie Hayes at the point. Takes another shot and rebounded in front. Porzonic tried to get his stick on it and couldn't do it. And now Nadeau roughed up against the boards. Gets into Porzonic for a one-timer across the way. Chapman saved there by the pad of Sommerfeld, but it's still loose. And it comes back once again to the bottom of the right circle where 2 Chippewas fight with it. Kyle Chapman along there, defended off there by Ethan Arbораlis, I believe, for the Spartans. And now Finn Sears is in there to help. 15 against 15, McComas and Sears. And McComas is knocked down to the ice by Sears. Sears without a stick, kicking it away from a couple of
delayed
defenders.
Penalty coming up here.
Trying to get a keep in here. We're going to have a delayed penalty
and another
coming
penalty
here to
as
Central
well.
Michigan. And now there's going to be some more here at the bottom of the right circle. A couple of players shoving their faces in there. Over there is Mike Kanke for the Spartans. McComas is not happy with something, and he's going to go to the box here. With 20 seconds left, what was the Chippewas' main advantage, we're going to go to 4-on-4 once again.
I mean, it might depend on – there were 2 penalties here. I think they're both going to be on the Chippewas. I think it's going to be a 4-on-3.
Yeah.
Maybe. No, wait, hold it.
It looked like something along the lines of an interference or maybe a cross-check as McComas knocked the player down to the ice.
So it's going to be a 4-on-3.
4-on-3 here coming for Michigan State. And with the delayed penalty now, with Logan MacGyver and only 20 seconds left to go in Central's man advantage, that's going to put them at 1:45 on 3 here with 11:19. So a chance for Michigan State to get within 2 right here. They're going to need this one badly as we get later into the third period. 11:16 left to go. Michigan State wins the draw, but they're not able to handle it deeper as Austin Whaley sends this the other length of the ice with 10 seconds left until MacGyver comes back out of the box, and the Spartans reset and tag up. It'll be Nolan Newwash through center. On the wing there with his defender, Finn Sears, moving in. Back to the point for Spencer Shackmuth. Shackmuth along with Chris Trush. Trush waits at the point for MacGyver to come out, and they'll go 5 on 3 here. MacGyver now turns away from Austin Whaley at the right circle. Back to the point, up the way for Chris Trush. Trush back down low to the right circle for MacGyver. Back to the high slot. No shot yet by the Spartans. Spencer Shackmuth taking their time. Skates gingerly through. Back to the left circle. Shot by Nolan Newwash. That went wide. And they'll cycle it to the other side. Back to the point for Trush. But we're going to get a whistle right here. Referees are gathering for something.
Why'd they blow the whistle?
I'm not sure if it had something to do with the puck getting out of play or going to the botch. We'll wait to answer that for you at home here. 10:28 left to go, live from Martin Ice Arena, the second game of this double-ender weekend series between Central Michigan and Michigan State. And the Spartans go to a 5 on 3 here, but Logan MacGyver is skating back to the bench now.
Why are they going to put MacGyver back in the box?
And they're going to,
4 on.
What are you seeing, Reagan?
3? I have no clue.
Referees are gathering at the Michigan State bench. Don Headley, head coach, is over there to talk with the referees along with MacGyver. And he doesn't appear to be happy with something, but nonetheless, MacGyver's going to go back to the box.
Oh, MacGyver's the one that was.
So and Chris Fisher is going to come back.
They gave MacGyver they must have given MacGyver a misconduct. That's what it's got to be. MacGyver must have received the game misconduct, and so he got the double minor and maybe a game misconduct.
Nonetheless, the Spartans are still going to be on the 5 on 3 here. They should at least.
MacGyver got the 2-minute. MacGyver got the 2 minors, and somebody else served the initial one. He's still got to be in the box for 4 minutes, and that is why we had the stoppage of play. So it's still going to be a Spartan power play. MacGyver now in the box instead of it was Chris Fisher serving that first minor, but we'll have a power play still for the next 109 here for the Spartans.
And Don Headley's going to switch out a few of his forwards. Garrick Smith and Nolan Newwash go off the ice. And replacing them will be Nick Lockhart along with Jonathan Block. And Block will be the one taking this draw against Owen Campbell with 10:20 left to go. So a game misconduct apparently given to MacGyver, who will go back off the ice and will resume the power play. The Spartans, shot taken there by Jonathan Block. That was blocked in front by Brendan Martin. A nice defensive stand, and it goes back down the other length of the ice. 55 left to go in this full power play. Once this one is done, we will be back to 5 on 5 as the even penalties assessed. Here comes Michigan State over the line. Jack Karskinen at the right circle. Back to the point for Trush. Trush on the left circle. Now back to the point for Spencer Shackmuth. They cycle with it. Looking to go in front for a feed, and great job getting a stick in there was Austin Whaley. Now Brendan Martin moves in to help that one out. Defended there closely. Shot there taken by the Spartans. Spencer Shackmuth got a little bit on it. Deflected in front, and Rofe said none of that. Here comes Owen Campbell on a 1-on-2. Owen Campbell making a few nice things. Takes a shot from a hard angle that was blocked away, killing off time. 15 seconds to go. Michigan State's going to have one more chance in this 5-on-3 to do anything with it. And Jack Karskinen at the Chippewa bench tries to get over the zone. Keeps it in barely, and getting over there to help is Nick Lockhart, but he can't get to it in time. Christopher Martin's in there to block it away, and the Chippewas kill off that 5-on-3. We're back to even strength.
What a fantastic penalty kill there by the Chippewas. They were able to get the puck out of the zone multiple times and didn't let the Spartans set up anything.
And now this one taken by Jacob St. Andre in the Spartan bench. Christopher Martin has to handle it back in the neutral zone after he was pursued by a few defenders. Skates all the way back behind the net where Rofe is. Back to the right circle. It's Isaac Gibbs trying to take it. Tags up there with Jordan Cooper along the wing. And Joey Simoncelli moves up the right circle now. Joey Simoncelli through center. Moves in past one defender. Wraps around the boards. Tries to go to threat for Campbell and can't get one on there. And this one will be stopped down after
Net came
off its moorings again. That's the third time tonight that's happened for Sommerfeld.
Yeah,
Maybe they'll look into investing in some net mountings, new ones.
Yeah, maybe, but
How many times it's come off the net here?
happens at every rink. And
8:37 gone in the third period of play. The Chippewas lead 4-1 right now over Michigan State after 4 unanswered goals, 3 in the second and 1 late here early in the third period to put them up 4-1. That went off the stick of Andrew Porzondik. And now the Chippewas will try and get another. Keeping it in the zone at the blue line is Jordan Cooper. Skates to the near side and back behind the net. Threw one in front for Isaac Gibbs, trying a second chance opportunity, and it's in the net. They score. Isaac Gibbs.
Gibbs was taken down at the side of the net, and he just batted a puck in midair, and it was a great shot. It was a lucky bounce for the Chippewas. Gibbs kind of batted at the puck up in the air side of the net, and Sommerfeld kind of wasn't glued to his post, and it sneaked short side.
His second goal of the night, Isaac Gibbs, similarly scored as he had with his first goal in the second period, getting the second chance opportunities in front after Sommerfeld doesn't control it. And the Central Michigan Chippewas, just like last night, lead 5-1 late in the third period. And looking to ice this one out in Martin Ice Arena. Their 5th even-strength goal of the night, and Isaac Gibbs' second, and his second of this weekend series. What a job.
And again, it's that line of Simon Selly, Gibbs, and St. Andre that has been so fantastic throughout the weekend here against the Spartans.
Hayden Flynn out there with Aiden Gazdecki along the wing there, tied up with Keegan Moore. Behind the net now taken by Michigan State. No tag up here. Finn Sears along with Logan McIver. They get it out of the zone but can't handle it. A few sloppy passes go all the way back to Sommerfeld at his net. Cutting off the pass there was Austin Evans getting in there. Jack Wellens now controls at his own bench side. Keegan Moore in there to help out, and Charlie Hayes with Kyle Chapman move out. Chapman takes a long slapper from the point that was blocked off the stick of Finn Sears. Now with the near side boards in the corner, they fight for it. Getting it out now, the Spartans, Alec Evans, who had the only goal for the Michigan State tonight. Owen Campbell gets this one. Clapper from the top of the right circle went just wide over the net. And it comes all the way back to the Central Michigan bench.
Yeah, Campbell wound that, or on that slap shot, wound it up all the way to 12 o'clock. He was going all out for that slap shot, and it caught Sommerfeld by surprise a little bit up high.
And why
he was
not?
able to make the save.
In a game like this, why not take one like that? Work on your slap shot ability.
Yeah.
And now Austin Whaley in his own zone. It comes to Owen Campbell, or rather taken off there by Chris Trush. Trush at the near side corner boards, roughed up there by Keelan Baker, and a couple of players lose their sticks on the ground. Picking it up now is trying to pick it up is Trush, but Brendan Martin doing a good job keeping it away from him, killing some time. He picks up his stick finally, but it's still tied up behind the net. And this one finally came free, but was lifted out of the air by Owen Campbell. We'll get a stoppage in play with 6:11 left to go in the third.
Yeah, that one caught in the netting, and they're trying to get it back up.
The 7-foot supporter of Central Michigan, I believe. No, that's a Michigan State supporter coming in for the save there. That's a tall man there, reaching up all the way to the
doing a nice job. He threw that puck over the netting,
wow,
which goes up all the way to the ceiling. You've got to have a decent arm, an accurate arm at that to be able to get it up
Michigan
there.
State looked for all the support they can get tonight. They just got it from a guy that's not even on the ice. So, nonetheless, though,
take a dig at the opposition.
Shot there by
Nice gloves.
Lockhart. That was gloved down with a flashy save by Rofe.
Yeah, if you're looking, good save by Rofe. And if you're looking for game report stats, schedules, and more, take a trip to cmishicehockey.com. There you can find those and much more, including player information, recruiting information, apparel, and more. That's cmishicehockey.com.
The straw is being taken here by Jonathan Block and Justin McComas.
And now
looking a little bit at the schedule for Central Michigan. Or sorry, is there a point you're making, Reagan?
There's referees talking with Austin Ritter, who's operating the score clock and doing PA here tonight. at Martin Ice Arena. He's talking with the referee, trying to figure out something. I'm not sure exactly
I think
why.
they're trying to get the score clock to the accurate time here.
Maybe.
It seems like. And
They're
now
gonna
they'll
put
set
it
it
at
at 5:41. So the face-off won here by Central Michigan. Austin Whaley tags up with Brendan Martin in his own end. Goes cross ice to the left wing for Justin McComas, who moves over the line. Leaves it there for Porzanik that sent one to the center ice in the slot. And Brendan Martin at the point. Goes back over to Porzanik, who missed the pass.
Good
Charlie
idea
Hayes.
there. A good idea there for Brendan Martin. He was trying to find Porzanik, but he just didn't have his stick on the ice.
Porzanik dekes around a few defenders behind Sommerfeld, the netminder. And now the Spartans set up with it. Here is Jack Karskinen moving up the wing along with Nick Lockhart along Central's bench. Long shot from the top of the slot taken there. And that one gloved away again by Rofe.
Nifty piece of passing there between the Spartans. Jonathan Block into his own right side. Did a drop pass there for Lockhart, and he let a shot go, and a nifty glove save there by Rofe.
Taking a look here at Central Michigan's schedule coming up for the rest of this season. We have Adrian College coming up on December 9th and December 11th. That game will resume after the Thanksgiving break. It's not Christmas yet, but we'll be around that time during December. So this will be the last game for the Chippewas in about close to 3 weeks. This will be an important one, or 2 rather, and we'll look to see that. After that, they'll head to Florida Gulf Coast and take on the Florida Gulf Coast Eagles, who they beat earlier this season 3-1 in a tightly contested matchup. That'll be a big ACHA Division III matchup between those teams.
A big play now. There's a big hit right in front of us here. Isaac Gibbs going after Drew Goodman, and
Taking a look also at Michigan State's upcoming schedule. They too will play Adrian College before Central Michigan. That game will take place on Saturday, December 4th. That'll be inside Munn Ice Arena, where now Michigan State plays back into their official home ice rather than Suburban Ice Arena, where they played last night against Central Michigan. You know, me and Reagan really wanted to watch the game from inside Munn Ice Arena, but really didn't get the chance to do it. You know, what are your thoughts on that?
It happens.
How was Suburban Ice Arena? You enjoyed it?
Suburban Ice Arena was a nice little rink. I mean, vantage point was a little bit iffy. We were positioned right above the blue line, so seeing down the ice wasn't super easy, but same situation here. It was a nice rink, and I enjoyed my time, especially working with Michael. That was our first time working together, and I had a really good time talking about hockey with him, and it's great when you get a color commentator who, unlike me, can actually give you some good analysis.
Well, you've done a great job tonight, especially with talking about the power plays and turnovers. You know, this is a big game for Central because I think so far they've killed off now, once again, 4 power play chances for Michigan State.
Great job by Simon Selly there to beat out that icing call. He was in a race for it with Shaxmo, then beat him to the dot.
Looking back into this game for a moment, we'll talk a little bit, or rather goes up and out of play. So to resume our point we were talking about a bit, right? You know, Michigan State didn't really get the chances they wanted as much in the second and third period. They really did a great job getting the momentum late in the first to get a goal. But ever since then, it's been all Central Michigan.
Yeah, and for the Chippewas, they've once again come out strong here. For Michigan State, they failed to keep that momentum. Part of me thinks it was just a lucky break, that breakaway for Alec Evans. And for the Spartans, it kind of fizzled out afterwards, and the Chippewas were able to gain that momentum through the second period.
Absolutely. One thing we want to note from this game, as this puck is in the Spartan zone, Charlie Hayes at the point gets it back down low to Rychuk. We'll resume our points after this play. Ben Rychuk controls it and heads it back to the point for Hayes. Takes a long shot from the point that was easily gloved down by Sommerfeld, but getting knocked down to the ice from a defender was Rychuk, who's been known to get in a few of these scrappy plays. We better watch out late in this 3-minute game here. 3 minutes left in the game. That Rychuk does not take a bad penalty here. Rychuk missed the last game, as you mentioned, Reagan, for an interference or a scrum that happened against Calvin.
Yeah, it was a fighting disqualification, and under ACHA rules. Now look out.
Oh, man, look out. Oh, big hit there on Logan McGivern after he skidded it alone with his speed in the Central Michigan end. That was Kyle Chapman to clean that one up.
Yeah, McGivern tried to go in 1-on-5 against the Central Michigan Chippewas, and that ended up, as you might expect, very poorly for the green and white.
Now McGivern back on the ice, tried to take a shot from the right circle and fanned on it, and went back to the point. The Spartans trying to still get within 2 here with 2 minutes and 32 seconds left in this second game of the doubleheader weekend series. Rychuk now, after a shot taken by number 44, Consult, controls up the wing. Gets it over to Keegan Moore, who just missed on the stretch pass in the slot. And he'll have to skate back over the blue line and head to the bench for a change. 2 minutes left in this third period of the second game. Now, Michigan State just looking for anything they can muster out here to get back within 2 in this game, or rather 3. And this is a very similar score to what you saw last night, Reagan.
Yeah, and I'm not going to mention what we mentioned last night because I don't want to possibly jinx it with 1 minute and 58 seconds left.
4 goals in 1:56. That'd be an ACHA record.
Not that. The other thing we talked about last night, and we'll mention it after this game, but I don't want to mention it while there's still time on the clock. But for the Chippewas, they've done a really good job here in this last little bit, making the Spartans take some odd opportunities, and they've been doing a really good job keeping the puck in the offensive zone.
Yeah, especially keeping everything to the outside. Michigan State's trying to win these one-on-one battles off the boards, but they just really haven't been able to do it as well in this third period. And Owen Campbell again wins a scrum there against a tie-up at the right corner boards on the Spartan end. And Hayden Flynn now tries to make it over the line. Can't do it as he's knocked off the puck by a few defenders. But Hayden Flynn gets it back on his stick, gets it over to the right circle for Kosnick. A great effort by Flynn, who hasn't seen the ice too much tonight. Nonetheless, great shift from him here. And now the other way comes Alec Evans with 1 minute left in this game. Trying to get one more on the goal column is Jonathan Block, who takes it back to the point. Back down low from a feed, blocked away by Rofe. Great stick save there. And this one stays in the Chippewa zone. Keeping it in there was Michael Marsalo at the Chippewa bench. And now he can't do it. And Brendan Martin flips it out for his final shift of the game with 49 seconds left to go. In this 5-1 game for Central Michigan. Came back on home ice after winning 5-2 against Michigan State last night. And looking to sweep this series through 2 games. And this will put them at 5 wins in the last 6 games after a big hit taken at the near boards by Jay Nadeau. Michigan State will fall to 5-10. Central Michigan will go to 8-1-2 ties. And this will likely keep them at the number 4 ranking heading back into the break they have until December 9th. With 15 seconds left, Jordan Cooper will keep it his own end, tagging up with Jay Nadeau. Michigan State tried to keep it even early, got the first goal in this game, but it wasn't enough to keep up the momentum as Central Michigan scores 5 unanswered goals to take the second game on home ice of this weekend series. And Central Michigan wins it 5-1.
Yeah, just a great performance overall by Central Michigan. Although they conceded that first goal, they showed resilience, bounced back in that middle frame, and they get the win here on home ice at Martin Ice Arena. Well, we'll step aside here. We'll take a little bit of a break, finalize our score sheet, and we'll get you back here for one final look at this hockey game as the Central Michigan Chippewas defeat the Michigan State Spartans by a final score of 5-1. We'll be right back with the postgame show here on CCHN.
Back inside Martin Ice Arena for the postgame presser presented by CMHIceHockey.com. Devin Sarah, Regan Cleaves here after a dominating performance in the second and third period from Central Michigan. After allowing the first goal, score 5 unanswered to win the game and finish off this weekend series 2-0 against the Michigan State Spartans. Your final shot totals for tonight's game, 39-34 in favor of Central Michigan. 14 shots on goal for Central in the third period, 12 for Michigan State. Thomas Rolfe gets the save once again tonight, his 9th win of the season officially on 33-34 stopped. We'll look now time at our players of the game. Keys, or rather, 3 stars of the game here, presented by Partnership Mac TV and CMHIceHockey.com. Reagan, you've got the first.
Yeah, so for the 3rd star of the game, we decided to give it to Thomas Rolfe. Here, he had a really good performance tonight, stopping 33 of 34 shots on goal. He gets yet another win this season. He has been absolutely phenomenal between the pipes for the Chippewas, not only tonight but also across the season.
Second start of the game tonight, Jacob St. Andre had 1 goal and 2 assists tonight and an absolutely filthy goal in the second period. That'll give us Goal of the Year candidate here from this Central team. I've seen a few good ones from guys like Isaac Gibbs, notably against U of M Flint, and a couple other guys early in the season, but no prettier than Jacob St. Andre, one of the greatest goal scorers in Central Michigan D3 history. He gets our second star of the night. Reagan, you've got the first.
And for the first star, it's really hard to pass up a guy who's got 2 goals and 1 assist on one night, and that player tonight happens to be Isaac Gibbs. He had 2 goals, including the game winner. That came at 12:10 into the second period from St. Andre and Simon Selly. He also got the 5th goal, batting the puck out of midair at the side of the net, and he gets our first star of the hockey game.
And I just want to make an honorable mention. How about Joey Simon Selly's weekend, coming out of this 2 games with 5 points, leading for Central Michigan throughout this series. He did it all tonight as well. Maybe didn't get on the score sheet with a goal, but he did everything. Winning the faceoffs when he needed to, getting inside the zone and creating offensive chances like he did. A very impressive weekend from Simon Selly.
Yeah,
looking
Simon
like he finally
Selly
found his gear.
Oh yeah, he definitely finally found his gear. It's getting 5 points in 2 nights. If memory serves me right, he's got 5 goals in 2 nights, or 5 points in 2 nights rather. And he's just been absolutely fantastic all weekend. Hopefully he can continue that with the little bit of an extended break, as Chippewas next will play Adrian. As for that'll be on the 9th of December, as they will travel to Arrington Ice Arena. We will have that game for you here on CCHN. Whether or not it will be radio TV, that is yet to be decided. But we'll have that for you on the 9th of December.
That game is set for a 4:30 p.m. puck drop, barring a 5 o'clock broadcast time. That is tentative to change. Stay tuned for that on CCHN and other Central Michigan hockey-related networks. As for tonight, finally, we want to thank our proud partners at Mac TV, Kerry Hamill, Nick Toner, and their great crew that do everything they can to help us. And real quick, we'll give Reagan the out-of-town scoreboard here to wrap you guys up tonight.
Now, just a quick reminder, the Griffins face off at 8 p.m. In Texas. You can listen to that game on Wood Radio, 1300 1069 AM, or watch it, or 1069 FM, or watch it on AHL TV. The Saginaw Spirit in action tonight against the Owen Sound Attack at 7:30. You can listen to that game on 100 or on 100.5 or 790 out of Saginaw, and the Wings again in action tonight against the 2-13-2 Coyotes.
Yeah, the Coyotes off to a bad start for the season. The Red Wings looking to get some momentum after getting absolutely manhandled by the Vegas Golden Knights the other night in a 5-2 rout. And we'll move on from that series as well. Back to Central Michigan hockey. Once again, we'd like to thank Mac TV, Kerry Hamill, and Nick Toner, along with MSU head coach Don Headley for all the great information for tonight. Well, that will just about do it for this action tonight. But right back tomorrow, or rather next week, we'll have 2 weeks from now, Adrian College for the weekend game series on Thursday and Saturday. Until then, this is Devin Sarah along with Reagan Cleaves saying so long from Martin Ice Arena here in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, as Central Michigan takes the weekend series in this game 5-1 over Michigan State. You're listening and watching